The NFL regular season is finished. Does that mean that opportunities to make money here on Pub Sports Radio have come to an end? No!
The NFL playoffs are here, and so is the Pub Sports Radio Confidence Pool. $100 to enter, with only 3% going to cover credit card fees. And as always, top 10% gets paid.
There are 13 NFL playoff games culminating in the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, California. 6 games in the wild card round, 4 in the divisional round, 2 in the conference round, and then the Super Bowl, which means you have 13 slots to fill. And you have to decide how confident you are on each game. Now, these picks are straight up. They are not against the spread. Each week, before the kickoff of the first game, you must have your picks in, pubsportsradio.com. So your most confident bet of the entire playoffs would fill your 13th slot. Your least confident spot, the one you question and you're not sure of, will be the number 1 slot. And you fill in these slots as we go through the playoffs. The capper with the most points, when it's all said and done, wins the confidence pool.
Sign up right now at pubsportsradio.com.
Get that cash. Get it. Get it.
All right, welcome in, everyone. Loshak Show. Peter Loshak will be here, running late as usual, but no worries there. It's nice to see everyone bright and early in the chat here. We're having a loaded show for you guys here today. We've got college basketball bets with Justin and Billy. They're also talking NBA, short card today in the NBA, and then college basketball here. Then we got NHL with Mr. Gokster, as always. Gokster, the man, and it will be very fun to see how he does on another week here of betting with Loshak, I should say. Yes, no problem, Rob Free Bands. I'll start on time for you guys. But I can't wait to see how Gokster does with another week under his belt. And of course, we end with the 2 college football playoffs games with our guy Gorky there at the end. So that should be a whole lot of fun too. So shout out to Gorky. As you guys just saw on screen, the confidence pool is live right now. You guys can sign up for the NFL playoff confidence pool right now. $100 to enter. Should be a lot of fun. We've had a few entries already, so I can't wait to see how all that unfolds here today. And it's going to be a fun time. So shout out to the confidence pool. Go sign up on pubsportsradio.com. $100 to enter. And like you guys saw on the video here, it's pretty fun to be a part of. You guys pick straight up and not against the spread. So it should be fun. And another shout out as well here. Shout out to our guy, Peter Loshak, who finally makes his appearance. Peter,
sorry about that.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, sorry. So much shit going on. And then I was actually early, and then how's my audio? Is audio's okay?
Yeah, you look good. You sound good too.
Yeah, I got sidetracked by something that I saw, which doesn't usually happen, but it's fascinating. Fascinating to see all these prediction markets and everything. All right. Where are we, Jose Bouquett? What are we doing? I got to tweet this shit out.
Well, please go ahead and do that here.
All right, so first we're doing NBA and maybe college with Brizzy and Justin, right? Then NHL and then college football. Is that the order?
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Yes.
What else? What else do we need to shout out?
We were just talking about the confidence pool.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a whole lot of fun to enter, and we want to give a shout out to our winner of the NFL Cappers contest this year. Timothy Earl, aka Tim Earl from the Earl Sports Bets Brothers, takes home the Cappers contest crown this year. $2,948 for the guy here. So shout out to Earl. He went 53 and 37, 53 points. Coming in second place, tied for second place, I should say, was our guy Luke Burrow and Cale Reeves, both taking home second place. Fourth place, Peter Loshak. Fifth, F. Donahue. Sixth, Soul Sun. And seventh place, Morgan Spooner. So shout out to everyone that has been a part of the Cappers contest this year. It's always a whole lot of fun doing it. Thank you guys payments. Email us, first of all, at pubsportsradio.com to claim your prize, and we can get your payment squared away. But again, big shout out to Timothy Earl, the Oral Sports Bets brothers, who got the job done this year. Mr. Loshak.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. And he sure fucking did. He sure fucking did. All right, I'm not gonna bitch and complain about doing well in a contest, but I definitely I definitely overthought myself a bunch of times, and I bailed on when the lines first came out, the obvious plays I knew I was going to make 3 or 4 times. So one of the main one that really still gets in my craw is that fucking Seattle at home as a double-digit fave against Minnesota when Brosmer was starting, or Brosmer or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why. You know why? I can tell you why. This is good for everyone who's into sports betting, because I was like, well, what if he's actually like the next Brock Purdy? Yes, that's possible, but is it likely? You know what I mean? If it turns out he's the next Brock Purdy and they don't cover, you eat the loss and you go home. If not, which is not likely, you get your smash and grab win. And that's one of the things that you really have to be careful about in sports betting when you or in anything in life, but especially in sports betting, when you look and you see you have an edge, and then you look a little bit further and you see that maybe your edge isn't as big as you thought at first, which is fine, happens all the time. Don't then flip to being like, I don't have an edge at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand that thought process. It doesn't sound like you'd overthink a game, Peter Loshak. Shout out to Kale Reeves in the chat there, one of our second place winners. Shout out to you, Kale. But we can jump right into the show, Pete, because I'm sure you've been preparing all night for these games here.
That little piece of advice that I gave there is actually a very important thing. I fall for it myself, and in sports betting and in all investing and in life in general. Very important to remember that just because you see that your edge isn't as big as you thought it was at first doesn't mean the edge is gone. You know what I'm saying? But psychologically, it's easy to fall into that trap. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I'm not even looking at here. I'm so freaking far behind here. All right, let's bring everyone on. While I tweet this out, why don't you introduce the NBA guest? How about that?
Sure. Pete, get your shit together over there, and I'll introduce our guys here. Let's bring on the first of our guests here. He is in the hiatus right now with the UFC, but it's coming. It's almost Patty to Batty time, and I can't wait for that. The one, the only, the master of the WNBA. It's Billy Brisbane joining the program. Billy, nice to see you, my man. How are you?
Doing good. You're going to have to throw some tennis on there, baby. You know, Brisbane's popping off. ADP, WTA, home country down there in the land down under. Had a Brisbane sweep yesterday in ADP, WTA, and we're going to be posting some more in the Discord. Already have all the bets placed. Just got to post everything and put all the notes in there.
Beautiful. Well, of course, you would dominate that event there. The tennis lord, especially in Australia, Mr. Billy Brisbane himself here. And let's bring on our second guest here. God, I can't wait to meet this man at Pubblepalooza. I can't wait. A Pubblepalooza virgin going to get his cherry pop this year. The one, the only, Justin McKelvey.
Stacks.
Justin, nice to see you, my man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing all right. I can't wait to hear the capping you guys are all going to do. Peter Loshak is rocking a new facial feature today, so I think we're gonna have a good winning show today. Is what I'm feeling.
Absolutely. How you guys doing? All right, Billy, Justin.
Yeah, I'm good.
We'd be better once we make some money on this card tonight, man. 6 games, 6 up, 6 down. Let's get to some cash today.
Yeah, I still need Christmas money back.
Keep doing what we're doing until this tiny little planet stops spinning, baby. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. NBA. Okay, NBA. First game on the card we're going to talk about is the Cavs and the Pacers. Cavs turned it around, right? They lost to Detroit in their last game, but before that, they had covered 5 of 6. And before they started covering, though, the Cavs were like not doing that well. You know, they were getting booed at home. They were better on the road, just not really there for them. And then they started covering, and now they lost to Detroit in their last game. And the Indiana Pacers, wow, if you're not counting, if you haven't counted, that's 12 in a row that they've lost straight up. And they've also been overvalued, 3-9 ATS in those. So, you know, they're going to be salty. The straight up loss train, does that continue here? The ATS losing train, does that continue here? I don't know, but the Cavs are also off of a loss. Cavs got to be a little bit salty. The Cavs are pretty good. How much will Indiana improve? I don't know, but I'm thinking Cavs first quarter, first half might be a good bet. Justin, what's your take on this game?
Yeah, I struggled with this team for a long time, but I'm gonna keep going back to it until he wins, and I'm just never gonna bet him again. I'm gonna be on the Pacers full game. I got plus 5.5. I got minus 110 this morning with that, and I think with no Donovan Mitchell, and they got some other injuries. And just like you said, Indiana, they ain't won since December 8th. And Coach Carlisle been trying to get his 1,000th win since then. He's been stuck on 999 since December 8th. So
since 999.
What you said?
He's been stuck on 999 since 99. It feels like they ain't won the game in a minute.
Oh, I thought it was the 8th. So same thing, but yeah. So my whole thing is, and if you look at their trends, they cover against this team like more times than not. 6 of the last 8 meetings, or the last 2 times or the last time, depending on what number you got, they didn't cover. But the Pacers are at home, even though the Cavaliers are coming off a loss. I do like your pick, Loshak. I do think the Cavaliers are gonna come out hot. But I think with the injuries, it's now or never for this Pacers. Like, right. And then the Cavaliers, they got I wouldn't call it a look ahead, but they got a home looking ahead coming up with the Timberwolves. So I feel like this possibly be a punt game for them, for the Cavaliers. I don't know why else Donovan not playing. So I like the Pacers plus 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're a salty team. It's always a little scary to bet against a team that you know has got to be super salty, super pissed. I think I'm going to take the Cavs first quarter, though, because they on the road, especially and early in games, even when they wind up losing, they tend to do well early on the road. Billy Brisbane, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, I think there's 2 ways to attack this game. If you're attacking this from a spread side, I think you got to lean towards the Pacers. Justin was talking about Carlisle sitting at win 999, and I mean, he's definitely been biting at the bit to get his team over the hump just to get a win here. And they're on a miss of a 12-game losing streak. Tonight would be number 13. So if you're a little bit trepidatious about backing the Pacers tonight, like I would be, I kind of like the first half over and the full game over in this game, but I think the player prop market is a little bit more fruitful here. If you look at Darius Garland, when Donovan Mitchell's pulled off the court, his shot attempt volume just goes way up. Averages 14 shot attempts with Mitchell on the court. That raises up to 19 field goal attempts with him off the court. Indiana 22nd in points allowed to pick and roll ball handlers, and that's Darius Garland's game there. 23.5 points juiced towards the over at minus 130. And also Evan Mobley as well. Evan Mobley is going to be a key contributor in the offense tonight for the Cavaliers. I don't know if those 2 are going to be enough to get the job done, but not even to get the job done. You're not asking for a win-loss. Bro, 5.5 points in the NBA is damn near about 2 possessions. Like, you're not asking the Cavs just to win. You're asking them to win and cover, which is they're the worst ATS covering team in the league. I feel like you got to lean towards the Pacers when it comes to the spread. Player prop-wise, I like Darius Garland's point prop a little bit more than Evan Mobley, but if you just bet a point prop in this game and skipped right over it, I wouldn't tell you you're wrong. I mean, stay off the side, take who's going to score tonight, because I think there's going to be points in this one.
Yeah, hold on, wait. It looks like I've got some. Yeah, I said that Cleveland had covered 5 of 6 before the Detroit loss. That's not true at all. They covered 2 out of 3. I don't know where my notes came with that, but yeah, the Cavs have not been good. The Cavs have not been good ATS in general. You're absolutely right, but I still think I'm going to take them first half. And let's look at the comments section here. Let's see. Yeah, Fernando Mendoza likes the over. It has gone up from 234.5 to about 236. You think I'm thinking about doing the old thing where like the first half is under like 115 or so. I'll automatically take the over at the half. What do you guys think about the pace in this game, Justin? You think it's going to be not much defense, or do you think these teams are going to be?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect there to be a lot of defense. Think that, especially by the Pacers. The Pacers don't play no defense. A lot of times I'll say, I ain't gonna say we, I say that I target the Pacers opponent's team total over. Only reason why I don't this time because I'm on the Pacers, so I don't want to have bets on both teams, and I'm so strong on the Pacers, so I do think it's gonna be a lot of points.
Yeah,
but I kind of want the Pacers team total over, but I'm just however the game script play out, I'm just confident that they're gonna cover rather than score a bunch of points. Maybe they won't score points. Maybe it'll be a defensive game. So,
I mean, it is headed up. First line I saw 234.5. Now it's like 236. And in November it was a very high scoring game in Indiana. So, all right, I'll start with just Cavs first quarter. I'm going to take -1, -120. I'll buy to that, and maybe I'll do that. Second half over if the first half is lower scoring. All right, let's move on to the next one. Orlando and Washington. Orlando is a big favorite here. They beat terrible Indy in their last game, but before that, they really having a hard time covering. 3-12 ATS in their last 15 before winning cover against Indiana. And then Washington, the Wizards, off a blowout loss to Minnesota, but they had covered 4 or 5 before that. And they got a lot of young guys who are on their way up, with inspiration and improving. And Washington, a big dog here. I didn't understand the line at all. And now it's up to here we go again. You have a home dog where I don't understand the line, and now it's even bigger. Now it's 7.5. I was thinking Wizards, but obviously this I'm not getting. Justin, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it official. I had an underline, and I moved on right before the show. I am on the Wizards plus 7.5. I got 7.5 -110, -108. My fault. At Bet Rivers when I bet it this morning right before the show, and I do like the Wizards because the Wizards. You had said 4 or 5, but as of right now, they're 4-6 ATS the last 6 games. So I look at like the home team and this Magic team. We don't want them as giant favorites nowhere. We're like home, road. They 1-7 on the road. ATS as a favorite. Like we don't want the Magic on the road. We don't want the Magic as a favorite nowhere. And this Wizards team, I don't know why, but some reason they're balling lately. Like if you take out, we ain't gonna take it out. That's why I said it's 4-6, but. Of course, they get blown out by the Timberwolves, but you come off a big blowout like that, and now you're still here. And you've been prior to that, you've been in good form recently. So I like the Wizards. I wouldn't sprinkle the money line. I wouldn't call for outright, but I do like the Wizards in the spot, and I got them -108 plus 7.5.
Yeah, man. What in the hell is going on with this line? Billy Brisbane.
And that's who we in talks with. We trying to get traded to the Wizards.
What the hell is going on here? I mean, Orlando can't cover against anyone except against Indiana at home. And now you got the Wizards who are, who are kind of hanging in there and fighting. And now it's 7.5. Billy Brisbane, what's going on here?
I like the Magic here in this one. If anything, the Magic will probably be my most confident side of the day here. Orlando hasn't won back-to-back games since Thanksgiving. This will be a good opportunity for them traveling into Washington. They've won 10 straight head-to-head meetings versus Washington. First half of a back-to-back. They play in Brooklyn tomorrow. This could be a much-needed win streak for them. Total-wise, I kind of lean towards the over. Washington's played well of recent. Their last loss snapped a 2-game winning streak, and they've won 4 of their last 6. Orlando's given up 120 plus in 4 of their last 6. So I like Orlando, and I like the over here. I like Orlando team total over. Orlando in the over on FanDuel. So if you play the over in Orlando under the totals parlays section, it's a plus 300. That was the way I kind of attacked this one.
All right, I'm copying and pasting college basketball, college football bets from Spoons Bets and Kong's Clips. Jeez, and a lot of people also liking the Pacers as well. Man, I don't understand this line. What's going on here? All right, maybe I will. You don't think that? I mean, Orlando hasn't covered against anyone, Billy. You're not afraid of that?
They haven't won back-to-back games since Thanksgiving. I think they're about to go on a win streak here. They played Washington tonight, and they play Brooklyn tomorrow. I think they win both of those games. I think they cover against Washington, don't cover in Brooklyn tomorrow.
All right.
I'm about to say winning by 8. That's a big gap for a team that's not covering no spreads. None.
Yeah. and going up against a team that is.
Yeah, but like this is the NBA at this point of the season, where like you can look at a stat or something like that and be like, oh, this team's not covering, and then you watch the Cavs play the Knicks on Christmas Day, and that's the worst ATS team in the league, and they're backdoor covering against the Knicks. Like I feel like the same could be here. If like Orlando doesn't cover spreads, obviously they're moving this line to 7.5 to either attract away bettors that are trying to like bet Orlando straight up. Because if you're betting Orlando, more than likely, a lot of people are going to probably have Orlando in parlays. And then it's also trying to attract the underdog bettors to bet the spread. The home underdog 7.5 points are probably going to pop in a lot of NBA models. So this kind of seems like a very trappy game. So I can understand why you guys are on the Wizards.
Yeah, man. And then Action Jackson, he says Magic can't cover. Give me the Wizards. Oh, man. Rob Freeband says, I can't take Orlando. Damn sure not betting Washington. Oh, man. All right. I don't know. I'll think about what I want to do. Let's move on to the next game. Spurs and Memphis. 10
straight head-to-head meetings is a lot. The last time the Wizards beat the Orlando Magic, we weren't even on Pub Sports Radio.
Yeah, we're not asking them to win the game.
Yeah. So just a lot of points for a team that's
I think that's the first journey, though, you know?
I'm not out here like the Wizards are going to win this game. That's why. and usually I have a rule, like if I bet the dog, I always take like a third of a unit and bet the money line, because if I bet a dog, I feel like I'm saying they're going to win anyway. But I did not do that in this. I bet the Wizards, but I didn't bet their money line.
Shouts Godfather, he said Tyus Jones over 4.5 points, gone over this every time Anthony Black's been balling, over 29.5 PRA.
All right. I'll probably wind up taking Washington, but I admit that the line and then the line movement is making me scratch my head. Next game on the card, Spurs Memphis, right? The Spurs, recently were great, just rolling over OKC game in and game out. Of course, Wemby, is he going to be in or out tonight? I don't know. Last I checked, I saw questionable. They lost to Portland in their last game as an 8-point home favorite. And before that, they were just, not that good ATS. 2-2, lost by margins. The one of the ATS wins was by a half point, and the other was at Indiana. So the Spurs struggling right now. ATS over their last bunch of games. They do tend to be good on the road, though. Better on the road, especially ATS. They're 9-3 ATS in their last 12 non-home games. Memphis, they've been losing as well recently. They lost 2 in a row at the Lakers. 0-3-1. ATS last 4, but before that, they've been a covering machine. And Memphis is also very banged up, and they're getting a big number. I'm not sure what to make of this one. Memphis, again, continues to be banged up. Morant, questionable. Wemby, is he in or out? I don't know. Justin, what can you tell us about this game?
I don't know nothing in this game.
Yeah, me neither. Billy Brisbane, you got anything on this?
Both teams on the front end of a back-to-back. It might just come down to, like, if Wemby's in or out. Like, if Wemby's out, you might want to just bet the Spurs because you'll get a better price tag on the Spurs. It's hard to just get behind Memphis currently right now. The Grizzlies have lost 4 straight games. They've given up 120-plus in each of those games, or in their past 3 games. It's like I guess over. I don't feel convicted to bet this shit. There's a lot of stuff that I'd rather bet on tonight than San Antonio Spurs, Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, yeah, the line has gone.
My fault. But what I will say about this game is I have underlined, if Wemby get ruled in and this goes up, I'll be on the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I know you can't give out a bet like that, but I love it when the star player gets ruled in and at the last minute and the spread jumps up.
Yeah.
Ruled in or out. Like, I love it on both sides. So if Wemby get ruled in and this go up to like a 7 or a 7.5, I'll be on the Grizzlies.
What happens if he gets ruled out and this line goes down to 3.5 for the Spurs? Would you take it?
No,
I kind of feel the same exact way that you do, but on the opposite. Like, when he gets ruled out, I might actually bet the Spurs in this spot.
Yeah, it's not for me, it's not a if or like a choice. It's only one thing. I would only have action if Wemby get ruled in and I see a 7. Other than that, I won't be touching
It's a game. Price thing for me. I lean the Spurs, but damn, do I not want to back the Spurs at no minus 2xxxx on the road, first half of a back-to-back. They play the Lakers tomorrow at home. Like, Yeah, this doesn't seem
That's
like
why
the
I don't
best
think
Spurs.
Wemby going to play, because I think they're going to just like with the Cavaliers when I said they got a home and home with the Timberwolves. I feel like these teams are sitting their starters and their superstar, not the starters, the superstars for the next game. Like, I feel like the Cavaliers say, yeah, we want Donovan for Minnesota home and home. And what game are you going to play if you're the Spurs? You going to have Wemby play against the Grizzlies, or you going to have him play against the Lakers?
Yeah, I feel you. Razor Sharp Pick says, Pete, we got to get to AC again and watch some games. Hell yeah, let's do it in January. If you can do it in January, I can do that. I think I got some freebies that expire in January in AC. Let's do an AC thing in January. Brizzy, you come
It's
too.
January right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's figure this shit out. And we'll go to that Crab Shack and the Italian sub place on me, baby, in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you said on you, Pete?
On me.
So if I come out there like Italian, like everything on you.
No, just an Italian sub from the White House and Crab Shack from fish sandwich from the crab place.
I just like to make sure, just in case, you know what I mean? I'd be like, damn.
No.
Clarify.
Yeah, road trip.
Oh man, let's fucking go. All right.
I don't eat crabs, so
yeah,
you all right there.
I shouldn't, but I do. All right. Well, the total has definitely gone up to 239. Juice to the over now. I don't know what to make of this game. Let's.
If Wemby get ruled in, it's gonna go up even further. If he get ruled out, it's gonna go down.
All right. Next game on the card: Miami, Minnesota. Miami's turned it around, right? 5-1 ATS over their last 6. That one loss was a double-digit home loss to Minnesota 2 games ago. So Miami covering and maybe with some revenge here against Minnesota. Minnesota, they're back home from a 4-game trip. They did go 3-1 straight up in ATS on that trip, so that's nice for them. But Miami definitely with some life to them, at least ATS-wise, maybe, or definitely with some revenge on their minds. I was thinking Miami first quarter or first half or both. What do you think, Justin?
I'm not on the side. I do like a total, and I'm trying to dive back more into them. I'm on the under. I got 230. I got under 237.5 minus 113. And if you just look at the Timberwolves home games, 6 of the last 7 home games, then went under. I didn't text my homie like 6 o'clock, like 6:30 this morning about this under. There's so much I liked it. Mm-hmm. And with Tyler Hero possibly coming back in, I think that's going to mess up the chemistry that the Heat have. Mm-hmm. If I had to pick a side, I wouldn't want to. That's the reason why, because with Tyler Hero come back, I don't know how it's going to do with the chemistry, but we just seen this team. We just seen this exact matchup, and Timberwolves won going away. And I would like to think that the Heat, but I want the Heat without Tyler Hero. So I didn't want to pick a side. I really don't want to fade the Heat. Like, I always like the Heat as a dog. I don't want them as a favorite, but I also don't want the Timberwolves as a favorite ever. Like, you only want the Timberwolves as a dog, so this will make me lean towards the Heat. But with Tyler Hero coming in, I don't want to get on the side. But I just think if he does come in, he's going to mess up the chemistry. And with the Timberwolves trending always to the over or to the under at home, I was mad when I first seen it was under 238. I seen it last night, and this morning it was 237.5, and that's what I actually bet.
I think now I'm seeing that it's up though. Now up to 239. No, I hear you about you never know how a team's going to react when a guy like Hero comes back. As far as this exact matchup, you see this all the time in the NBA playoffs. One team, blows the other team the fuck out of the court, out of the building, and then you have the same exact matchup next game, and the other team blows them out of the building.
They win by 10 the last minute, right? The first minute.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good, but Miami getting points here. I don't know. Billy Brisbane, what do you think about this one?
I thought I was going to like the Timberwolves before I started researching this game. And, when you dig into the layers of this game, they're coming back from an East Coast road trip. They're 4-11 ATS last 15 games when favored by 5 points or more. Stay off of this game unless you're taking Miami plus the points. I would even throw – how I always say, you could throw it in there as a money line parlay filler piece. Don't do that with Minnesota. This could look south by the third, fourth quarter. And if this game's going to be more competitive than what I think it's, or if this game's going to be as competitive as I think it's going to be, I actually like the Minnesota team total over 122.5. I thought that was a pretty fat total for them. And then if they hit their team total, I think Anthony Edwards. This is like a spam bet for me. Every time I break down a Timberwolves game, Edwards over 3.5 threes at plus money. I mean, it's there for the taking. If you want to bet it, if he's going to hit 30 points, he's going to probably go over his 3-point prop. And Miami's going to give him the shot attempts. The only thing that's making me a little bit hesitant about the Miami situation is the whole thing with Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is too good of a basketball player to be having him active and not playing, in my opinion.
All right. Well,
it's funny you mentioned that because I've been tracking them. I ain't been making them official yet, but I think that's my new favorite bet. Like 3-point props. Like, and then not be shot. Huh?
3-point props. You go a little bit like depending on who the person is. Let's say if it's like Sam Merrill, right? And their 3-point prop is 2.5 at whatever juice it is. But that's 9 points right there. So if the point prop is 11.5, you got to go half unit on both. But if it's a star player like Maxey or something like that, you might just want to take the 3-point prop and stay off the points.
I started it from a show that me and you did. So imagine it would have to be me, you, and Loshak. And you was talking about looking at point props, look at their point total over and under compared to their 3-point prop. And that's where you could tell, like, okay, he's going to hit these threes but not get the points or vice versa. And I've been doing it since I learned that from you. I've been doing 11. I made 11 bets, and I'm 9-2.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like
that's a good read of the market. Then.
No, it just came from you. Like I look at the point spread, then I look at the total. Like if the game spread is high, and it's only for like stars or Robins without their Batman. So, and I'm almost ready to start making stacks like 3-point. Like I'm close, but I just want to make sure it don't swing the other way.
Yeah, you got to have like 2-3 losses before it goes.
Yeah, I want to see like a good 25 game sample before I start feeling myself.
100%. I know exactly what you mean.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. I am going to take Miami first half plus 3.5 minus 109. Whether Heroes in or out, hopefully they'll have some revenge and some life to them.
You said first half?
What? First half plus 3.5 minus 109. We'll see. All right.
We'll write that down. I like that.
All these bets. Who knows? Next game on the card, Lakers and the Pelicans. All right. Lakers recently been covering. Before that, they were not. Last 4 games have been good, but before that, they were 3-8 ATS in their last 11. And the Pels had been great ATS, but now 7 straight up and ATS losses, and also mostly going under in those. So they're not doing well straight up, not doing well ATS, and their offense is kind of flamed out. 5-point home dog here to the Lakers is the first line I saw. Let's see if that's moved at all. Yeah, now it's up to 6. Not a shot there. Total was like 241 or so. First line I saw. Now it's up to like 243.5 or 244. So far, market is liking the Lakers a little bit, the over a little bit more. And what's going on with the Pelicans? Justin McKelvey. They were great. Now 7 straight up in ATS losses. What's going on there?
Yeah, this game has all my attention. And just real quick, like I got a message from my son about this game this morning. Then I messaged Jimmy. I had already made a bet in this game. I got 2 bets in this game. I'm about to give them to you now. It's just this total is driving me. Like this total is like really, really high.
Yep.
But these teams, when they play each other, they turn to the over. And then with the Lakers, they're coming off back-to-back wins, but it was about the same team. So I don't really count that. It was against the Grizzlies. But this Pelicans team, they don't play no defense. And the 2 things that when I started digging that I noticed is when the Pelicans and Lakers play, they always score a lot of points. They always turn it over. And it's usually the Lakers scoring a lot of points. So I'm on the Lakers team total over 124.5 minus 110. And I'm on DeAndre Ayton. I love his matchup. I got DeAndre Ayton, 25 plus points and rebounds plus 107. I love the matchup with him. Even if Pelicans got Herb probably going to be coming back in. But even if he's in or not, I love the spot for Ayton. This matchup against the Pelicans, like even going back to the Phoenix when he was in Phoenix, For some reason, it's just him and his Pelicans. Like, he got good numbers against them. So I didn't know if I wanted his rebounds, just his rebounds alone, or if I wanted just his points. So I just put them together. Got some plus money, 25 plus points and rebounds, plus 107. And the Lakers team total over 124.5, minus 110.
Yeah, wait, I'm seeing Razor Sharp Picks posting. Rooms on Pete, and if you need a flight, Pete will pay that too. No, I'm buying sandwiches, fish sandwiches, and Italian sandwiches. That's it. That's it. That's all I can
What Razor say?
No, I'm looking at Razor Sharp Picks.
Yeah, I can't see the comments.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one. The total is way now it's 244. Yeah, Billy Brisbane. I don't know. What do you think? What's going on with the Pelicans? And are they just like an auto fade right now?
Gotta slap the over in this one. Very rare another team sweeps another team in the season. And if they do it, it's going to be with some resistance. And that's what the story the sports books are telling us here. The Pelicans currently on a 7-game losing streak, 14-8 over under for the season in a sandwich home spot. Lakers on the front end of a back-to-back. I really fuck the side. I just don't think there's going to be defense played in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this totals have 243.5. I bet it at 240.5. I think this closes at like 244, 245.5. I mean, these Lakers totals that have gone over just get steamed towards the over all day, and then they fly way over. This total opened up at 229.5. We are up to 243.
Wow,
what else do we have to do? Just bet the over. I mean, if the over loses, then I'll live with the result. But any total that opens up at 229.5 has gone up to 243. I mean, sports books are kind of telling you everything you need to know. Like, Lakers have beaten the Pelicans twice already this season. Very rarely another team sweeps another team in the season. And if the Pelicans are going to be competitive in this game, it's probably because they're going to be scoring a lot in this game. And the Lakers, if you watch the Lakers game in the last 2 weeks, they don't play defense. So two teams that don't play defense and the underdog is live to win outright tells me this could be Lakers hit their team total over and still lose the game is what I'm feeling in this one.
Yeah. Man, this is a tough one. All right, let's move on to Dallas and Sacramento. Last NBA game on the card. Dallas got a home dog win against Houston last out, but they had lost 7 in a row. ATS before that, so really struggling. Sacramento also 5 straight up at ATS losses. So both of these teams sort of very underwhelming right now. Sacramento getting a big home number, though. Before I hear what you guys have to say, free play. Of course, I throw it on Sacramento getting those points. Why not? Justin McKelvey, what do you think?
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, nothing on this one. It's a tough one, although
I got a player prop for you.
Okay, Billy Brisbane, it is kind of a lot of points. I'm like, why not Sacramento plus 5.5?
I mean, it's a compelling matchup. Sacramento hasn't won a game since beating Dallas. So literally their last win was against Dallas, and they haven't won a game since. And if you look at Dallas's road record, they've had 7 straight road losses, and they're 3-12 on the road this season. That is pretty fucking wild. That might be worst team in the league on the road. Cooper Flag, though, he got hot and then cold, if that makes sense. Of like, he's had 20-plus points in 8 games in the month of December, from December 12th to the 27th. And then since the new year has started, he hasn't gone over his point prop line. I think primetime television, 11 o'clock p.m., Peacock TV, ain't nobody tuned in this game to watch some Maximin Raymonds and Russell Westbrook turn over the ball. This game's on Peacock, man. 11 o'clock start. I think Cooper Flag goes over his point total tonight. 20.5 points is too low. PJ Washington is out, and his scoring volume goes up with PJ Washington out. He's averaged 22 points per 36 minutes with him off the floor. And if you look at the Kings, it's like a perfect matchup for him. The Kings allow the highest pull-up three-pointer percentage in the league over the last 4 games, and he's covered Cooper Flag has gone over his point prop in 3 out of 4 games that AD is in, but PJ Washington is out. So that means, AKA, the defensive attention goes to Anthony Davis, and Cooper Flag gets a little bit easier coverages. And I think Cooper Flag goes up and over his point total tonight. It could be points and rebounds. It could be points and assists. But I think mainly you're going to need the points to go over for any of that to cash.
Yeah, it's Sacramento hasn't really been scoring, but the total was pretty high when it opened, and now it's up to like 233 or something. It's 233.5. Wow. You think maybe just because it's on Peacock, there'll be like no defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think if the Kings are going to win a basketball game, they're going to have to do something different. And the biggest difference is scoring the fucking basketball. I mean, the easiest way to win a basketball game, Pete, is by scoring the basketball first. And, Sacramento didn't catch that memo in the beginning of the season that you have to score to win basketball games. And I think they could take advantage of it, where like Dallas is going to be feisty enough where this game could just go back and forth, where the over does hit. But I'm not convicted on betting the total. The only thing that I have conviction on is Cooper Flag. I mean, Cooper Flag on primetime television is just going to go over.
Yeah, the first game that they played wasn't particularly high scoring at home. Man.
Cooper Flag on Peacock?
Cooper Flag on Peacock tonight. And don't you feel like, since this is a national television game, or national TV, depending on how people feel about Peacock, because Peacock has one of the best graphics, I think, in the NBA. Of like, they show the little 3-point thing like it's 2K. I think they're hitting the laser beam tonight in Sacramento. I could definitely see that shit on television. 1 o'clock in the morning.
The beam?
Sacramento, every time they win a home game, they light the laser beams, and laser beams shoot all over the stadium.
So they don't like the beam tonight?
Party thing? I think they like the beam tonight, man. Doesn't it feel like they like the beam tonight? What the fuck is Sacramento playing on primetime? I mean, their primetime game, like the beam on Peacock. I mean, I think you gotta bet Sacramento plus the points. It sounds like the script.
No, it seems like the script. It do. Like the beam on Peacock, 11 o'clock at night. Where that like the script.
This is like the game that nobody wants to bet, but they do have Dallas in their parlays, and
you're gonna like the beam on Peacock, and nobody gonna see you do it because everybody gonna be asleep. It's 11 p.m. Eastern. Like, I'm gonna need to take a nap after the show if I stay up to watch that shit.
Yeah, this is the game that everybody has in their parlays. Then they wake up in the morning and be like, "Damn, that shit ain't cash." What?
The only thing that worries me, real quick, Pete. The only thing that worries me is the books know that the Mavericks only won 3 games on the road, but yet they're 5.5 points. So you're saying they're 2 possession favorite on the road? Like what Jimmy always said.
Also know they're going to light the beam, and they still had him.
I mean, I like that, but I'm saying this is the reason why I passed on the game, because prior to the Brizzy the script, his script makes sense about lighting the beam on Peacock late night, but prior to the show. Without that script, I'm looking at it like the books know that the Mavericks only got 3 road wins, and now they are 2 possession road favorite.
Yeah. What happened in the Houston game? Did they turn some kind of corner? What happened with Dallas?
Who?
The last game where they won against Houston as a big home dog.
Yeah, they just won at home.
That was getting their ass beat.
Yeah. All right, I'm going
to
take
shots. They were getting their ass beat, though, Pete. They beat Houston, but they were getting fucked. From the time that Dallas looked half decent right before Christmas until about that last game, they were getting ripped up, man. They lost to Golden State on Christmas by double digits. They lost to Sacramento Kings in the following game after, and then they lost to Portland, and then they just got blown out by Philly over the weekend.
All right, I'm definitely going to take first half over 119 minus 113. And I am going to take a shot. I'm going to take Sacramento plus 5.5. They're going to light the beam. That's in the script. The books know it. They're like, fine, give them a little bit of money. I'm going to take it. Sacramento plus 5.5. And the line I'll get there will be, what is that? Yeah, like minus 112 plus 5.5. Minus
so they're going to light the beam?
No.
That's what you said, Pete.
Plus 5.5.
No, it sounds like you said they're going to light the beam.
I think they will, but I'm going to bet 5.5 minus 112. First half over 119. Minus 113, and I'll just stick with those 2. Let's see.
That means we got sprinkled. If they're gonna like the beam, we gotta sprinkle something.
Yeah, I want to. Maybe I'll do it private.
I mean, can you imagine a same game parlay in this one? You take the Kings spread, Cooper Flag over on points, and take the over on the game. I mean, that's gotta pay good.
I ain't gonna lie. I learned. I stopped trying to get greedy. I'd rather just find one little, and I don't want to count Cooper Flag. So, especially if they're gonna light the beam, I can't bet Cooper Flag. I don't take player prop over.
No, that's not how it goes, Justin. They pay. So this happens in football all the time. you'll watch like the Ravens play the Bengals or something like that. Or no. Let's say the Ravens and the Raiders or something like that. The Raiders get smacked, but they pay out the Ashton Genty anytime touchdown prop, but they don't pay out the Derrick Henry prop. Like the team that loses, their chalkiest player prop is probably going to hit, in my opinion, because it's like you got to factor in of like a bunch of different things of like, let's say like the Sixers or something like that. Sixers play the Lakers. Sixers end up beating the Lakers, but I bet you Luka goes for a triple-double. Like they're going to pay out a side, and that's how I feel like in this one. If Sacramento's going to win this game, then they got to pay out some Dallas shit that's chalky, some Anthony Davis props, some Cooper Flag props. Like I would not be betting no Kings props, even though I like them to win tonight. It might just be DeMar DeRozan having a good game.
I ain't never bet on him ever again in life.
I said might. You know the key words are might. He might have a good game. I just won't be there to find out.
Like I want to go to a game that he's playing just so I can heckle him. Like I can't stand him. I can't stand DeMar DeRozan.
All right. Okay. I'm taking.
I wrote that down though, Pete. I like your first half over. I wrote that down.
Yeah. I think they've been kind of. I mean, by the same token, the books know that scoring hasn't really been happening with Sacramento or that. And the first game went to 220, and now you got a high total that's been getting bet up. All right, I'm gonna take that. And in the Washington one, I can't leave that one alone. Washington really gave up a whole bunch of points in their last game. I can't take them plus 7.5 just because of the market and really liking them. I am going to take Orlando team total under, so maybe Orlando will cover and it'll be very low scoring. But I'm going to take Orlando team total under 120.5 minus 109. I'll add that one on. And then I guess let's just review all of our picks. Interesting stuff here. Into Spurs, Grizzlies. That's a crazy one. Who knows? Lakers, Pelicans. That's tough. Everyone who's betting overs in that one, I hope you cash. I'm going to leave it alone. All right. Let's review all of our picks. Justin McKelvey, start with you. Thanks so much.
I got it's all out of order, so
Yes,
I got the Timberwolves under 237.5 minus 113. I got the Lakers over 124.5, team total minus 110, and DeAndre Ayton of the Lakers, 25 plus points and rebounds plus 107. I got the Washington Wizards plus 7.5 minus 108, and the Indiana Pacers plus 5.5 minus 110.
Okay, right on. And Billy Brisbane, please review your official picks. Thanks so much.
Yeah, only got 2 plays on this slate tonight. LA Lakers, New Orleans Pelicans over 240.5. I think that's playable up to 245.5. And then the second play that I'm on is Cooper Flag over 21.5 points. The only 2 bets that I took on the card today. Top leans of the day for me for player props were Darius Garland over on points, Anthony Edwards over 3.5 threes. Like when I say lean, I definitely still might put money on it. It just might not be, of bigger unit size. And then the other one that I'm kind of looking at was the Orlando and the over plus 300.
Yeah, and in the Miami Minnesota game, looks like someone is in or out. Probably Hero because it's now down to 5. Pretty clear move down to 5. So something happened there. I'll switch my line to it just plus 3, not 3.5 because to reflect that move. All right. My official plays, Cavs first quarter -1, minus 120. Miami Heat after the move just happened. First half plus 3, minus 109. Dallas, Sacramento, first half over 119, minus 113. And Sacramento plus 5.5, minus 112. And Orlando team total under 120.5, minus 109. All right. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks so much, guys. Now let's just look at college basketball. Whatever you got, shout it out. I was able to look at about half the card. There's a few things I'm liking. The second half of the card I didn't get to look into deeply, so I won't have any opinions on those. We got some college basketball plays here from Spoons Bets. He likes Duke. That's an interesting one. The Duke Louisville game. Louisville, of course, has been great ATS, but Spoons.
You like
Bets, Duke money line against Louisville.
Feels good to be on the same side of Spoon.
Yeah, Kent State, Eastern Michigan. I was thinking about that. Eastern Michigan has been great ATS, and sometimes those MACA, value trains continue. for a while into January, although things tend to change in February, ATS-wise, college basketball. But Spoon's Bet's like in Eastern Michigan. Money line is a small dog. Georgetown plus 2.5, and San Diego State. All right, let's start with you, Justin McKelvey. What from the entire college basketball card has caught your eye that you're liking?
Yeah, I got my stacks play today. Number one is Akron, minus 22.5. Got that at minus 115. And stacks play today. Number two is Wisconsin UCLA over 152.5 at minus 110. And I love both of them spots. I love Akron. I got a few college teams that, like, I call them lower majors because they're not teams that everybody speaks about. And some people about mid-majors and always have different opinions. But Akron, like, not too many people speak about Akron. Like, if you've been doing this for a while, you have. And they're just coming off a loss, and now they're back at home. They own this conference. And coming off a loss, the Central Michigan team, I wanted to be on the first half, but one thing about Central Michigan is they love to cover the first half and give it away the second half. And this is coming from, I was on Central Michigan. I didn't write down who they played, but the last two games. And the first, Toledo was one of them. And they didn't cover. They was winning the whole game and gave it away late. And I can't remember the other one. They just played Toledo. But I love picking on this Central Michigan team. I do take them, but Akron at home coming off a loss is a smash spot. Yeah. And Wisconsin, I was on the over at home. They just trended over. It seemed like they play a lot faster when they're at home. This UCLA team, I expect them to contribute to the points. But Wisconsin at home, I love to trend them to the over. So that's the stack play number two. Other bets that I have, not much breakdown. I am on Duke. I got Duke money line minus 118 when I bet it. I like that. I have San Diego underline, so I'm glad Spoon like that. I didn't bet him yet, but I do have them underline. I got Georgetown, so I'm glad he's going. I got Georgetown plus 2.5 against who they play against DePaul.
Yeah.
I got two more. I wanted to tell you all I got. Gotta find it. Oh. It's a Bridges game, but I don't. I have an underline. I want the over in this game. The last meeting at home, the meetings at home between these two teams go over when they're in Houston, but when they're on Texas Tech, it seemed like they travel to the under, and I feel like it's because Texas Tech, the style of defense that they play, they're not going to get the calls on the road, which leads to a lot of foul shots and trickles over. So I like the Houston over, Houston and Texas Tech over. Oh, Kansas. I like Kansas coming off a loss with or without Peterson, minus 6.5, playing TCU.
Okay. And a lot of comments coming in all over the place.
Last one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Last one. Give me my dogs. That's way too big. Like, I feel like my dogs are like that this year. Not like that, like we're gonna win a natty or nothing, but I feel like this is one of my better Georgia teams that we've had in a long time. I know Florida's coming off a loss against Missouri. This is a whole lot of points for a team who I feel like this Georgia team, my Georgia team, is pretty damn good. And then you look at the coach rivalry with the assistants going back to each other. I mean, we've been back here like 5 times since he left Florida, but I just like the spot. It's a homer pick, but I did bet Georgia plus 9 when I got it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a homer pick. I saw that and I was like, this line doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't make no sense, and I'm like, man,
like someone's out or something.
It seemed like a whole lot of points.
Yeah, maybe so. That's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, let's scroll down the comment section, and then we'll hear from Billy Brisbane. Yeah, the Akron game, that's crazy. I was looking at that, and I was like, man, Akron first half, maybe I want to take that, but that's a lot of points. I still might take it anyway. Kent Davies, Syracuse playing their first away game tonight against Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech's been good, ATS. Money line is the play tonight. I assume he means on Georgia Tech. I like the under in that one. The first.
I got Georgia Tech underline too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I ain't bet them yet, but
yeah, this one is just like Georgia Tech's been good. ATS, Syracuse playing their first away game, and Georgia Tech's a dog, right? So that has me scratching my head a little bit. I think I like the unders more than a side there. Robert Cherry hitting us with some stuff. Iowa money. We'll talk about that. I was playing Minnesota.
I'm about to say, he said Iowa. I like Minnesota.
Yeah,
I got Minnesota plus 6.5. I got Minnesota. I didn't bet them. I got an underline.
That's what I was thinking about. And first half as well, or maybe especially. Robert Cherry, also liking Eastern Michigan. They've been good ATS all year long value, so why not here again? UCF. He likes UCF, which of course is understandable. Central Florida has been a great bet so far this year, and Oklahoma State has not. So why not? Why not to have that train continue? TCU plus 6.5, and Texas A&M. Godfather 18 hitting us up with some NBA injury updates. Yeah, Hero is available, so that explains.
I like the St. John's and Butler. It's moving against me. I ain't bet it yet, but I like the under 163.5 and St. John's and Butler.
There's also some other injury news in that game. Anthony Edwards downgraded to questionable injury maintenance, and Wemby went through shoot around.
All right, yeah. The St. John's game, the total I feel a little bit uncomfortable about, but I'm definitely thinking Butler first half might be worth a play there. They, St. John's is not ATS juggernaut like they have been in the past, and Butler is decent, and they had a bad start.
I've seen something that if you go by the 162.5, 15 straight meetings that went under that number.
Yeah. Oh, I don't hate the under. It makes me nervous, but I don't hate it at all.
Only reason why I ain't bet it is if I know that, the books know that. So why is it this high?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not the only one in the world that just found this out.
Yeah. But then again, if you always think that if you see an edge and you must be wrong, then maybe that takes out all the fun and point. I mean, there are some times when the line is what it is, and there is just an
straight.
Yeah.
How can I not at least? I don't know. Just I feel like why would the books hang this number when they already know it's been 15 straight? Because if I know it, you'd be a fool to think I know this and the books don't know it. They're not giving out free money, and it's going up.
You're right.
When I first looked at it, it was 161.5 right before the show because I was going to add it, and I just didn't write it down. But I see 163.5.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I don't cap. I don't have no paid services of where the money's at. But I imagine everybody's just looking at St. John's and wanting to bet the over because they play fast. But I don't know. I feel like I have to bet it. I haven't yet, but I want to.
Yeah, I hear you on all of that. Some other comments here. Kent Davies, Georgia spread is public as fuck, and it's not moving. Yeah, so now you got a big line that doesn't make any sense. And Kent Davies telling us the public is on it, and it's not moving as of now. But that is pretty crazy. All right, Robert Cherry took a stab on Butler game.
Respectfully, and because I'm just giving my opinion. And I didn't even see you said that, but every once in a while, the public wins.
Oh, sure.
So it's not it might be public. I mean, I'm sure the whole world looking at it like because Georgia. Anybody who got a TV. Know and watch a little bit of sports know that my Bulldogs are balling. But again, we're not gonna win no natty or nothing like that. But we do this a lot. But this team impresses me. And we was up decent against Auburn in the last game, and then they fought back and went to overtime. We won by 4. That's the only thing that worries me going into overtime. Like we really exerted a lot in the overtime because Auburn came back like heavy, and we had to fight just to get to overtime and get the win, but we didn't cover. But I feel like, and then Florida coming off a loss, like I could see the script where we get hammered, but you're gonna have to take my money because Florida coming off a loss, Florida coming off a loss, being at home with the coach's angle, Georgia going into overtime, so I could see the script of the Florida bettors, but the line not moving, but. I put a little half, already bet it. I bet it on Georgia. I ain't making it official. It was just a homer bet, but.
Yeah. Also, if you go by preseason rankings, the line makes perfect sense, and you do see that sometimes teams that way underachieve and underperform before conference play. Then when January comes, they start to play a lot closer to their preseason.
I just can't see us losing by double digits. It sounds crazy to me. Pre-flop.
You know what Florida's ranked preseason, Justin?
No, I don't.
3 in the country. Right, the preseason. Now we've seen
that's crazy because they main dude. What's that little light skinned nigga? My fault.
Xavier Lee.
Apologize. apologize. I did not slip. No,
I'm sure you don't have to apologize for anything.
No, because last time we got flagged. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, the little light skin had a little baby fro from Florida that was killing the league. What was his name? I'll know when I hear it. It wasn't his baby in the league.
Who, we know who. Yeah,
He
Walter
was on the
Clayton.
national championship team.
Walter Clayton.
There you go, Clayton. He's gone. Like Walter Clayton Jr. That's it. Thank you, Jose. But I think he's not there no more. Like this Florida team's not like that no more.
Xavier Lee's like that though, man. Put on for the Ivy League, baby. Princeton, New Jersey, stand up.
Double digit win like that. You didn't beat Florida State by double digit.
Florida's got to start losing some basketball games for us to get good value on them.
Yeah, I mean he's like that, but to beat Georgia by 10.
I don't know. I mean, Florida's been terrible ATS, but Georgia has also. I mean, they've been playing well, but they also have not been good ATS themselves. I don't know. This is a tough one. But it's very interesting. But it's a tough one. I'm going to pass on it. And
I like Auburn too, but I didn't bet it because the line moved. I missed that line by like 3 or 4 points. When I seen that, I seen Auburn like 6.5 or 5.5, but it bubbled, so I can't get to it now. But I like Auburn. They play Texas A&M.
Here you go. DeJuan Turrentine says Georgia is they're a 2-point shooting team. That's where Florida thrives. They should shut them down in the paint. So there you go. Maybe it's a matchup advantage to Florida there.
So we said we're gonna get drilled.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not sure. All right, so let's look at some other comments, and then we'll go to Billy Brisbane's games here. Yeah, DeJuan Turrentine also likes the over in the Butler in the St. John's game. Butler
you like the over.
Trash.
Yeah, I got to get on out of here. I got to give out this play real quick.
Okay,
Houston against Texas Tech tonight. Houston to open up Big 12 play. I'm on Houston first half, -3.5, -112. You can make your case for Texas Tech to backdoor cover the full game spread. I won't be there to find out. I think Houston's going to be up by 4 points or more at halftime. I'm out.
I won't be there to find
All right. Thank you so much, Billy Brisbane. Yeah, anytime people need to go, just shout it out. All right. Thanks for sticking around, Justin. I'll just go over the plays that I was kind of liking, and you can chime in if you have anything to say about anything I say. Maybe I'll make some stuff official, and then we will and then we'll move on to NHL. Let me just go to. Oh man, I don't have a play on this one, but the Michigan-Penn State game, for people who aren't following college basketball, Michigan, unbelievable ATS. Covering everything and clearing their team total over 99.5 most of the time as well. Man, that's a crazy game. Although Penn State can cover as a big home dog. Go ahead.
I don't have nothing in that game. Yeah. But my whole thing is it would have to be Michigan or nothing. Like, you don't want to stand in front of Michigan.
Right.
And Penn State, they got drilled by Pitt. When I say they got drilled, I want to say it was like a 20-something point win by Pitt. So Pitt blows you out. I could just imagine. And this Penn State team, they're not. Indiana blew them out. Like, it seemed like they love getting blown out.
Oh, they have issues for sure. Yeah.
And this is the right team. It would be Michigan or not. I didn't bet it, but it would be Michigan or nothing.
Although the first line I saw was like 24.5. Now it's down to 21.5. Interesting stuff. All right. Yeah. The Duke Louisville game, very interesting. People at Morgan Spooner liking Duke, Justin liking Duke, and someone shouted out, Louisville's about a 1-point favorite still. All right, then the Georgia-Florida game. Man, that is a crazy one. Cincinnati, West Virginia, I'm up. Yeah, St. John's Butler. Butler, maybe they suck defensively. I was thinking Butler first half might be worth a shot, though. How much better is St. John's than Butler? A lot? Wow, now the line's up.
I would like your first half under more in that game more than I would like.
Not under Butler.
Huh?
Plus the points, yeah.
Yeah, I would like the first half under the Butler game more than the Butler first half.
Yeah, that first half total is like 77. That's tempting as well.
That's high. I'm gonna write that down.
It is high on the under. Let me get some comments, and then we'll move on. Kent Davies says this is actually Cincinnati's first real away game. Yeah, I mean it's a low line. I was leaning Cincinnati first half, and there you go, Matty Ice. Taint play of the day is Ohio team total under 81.5, and he's also on Kent State team total over. Wow.
You said Ohio?
Ohio team total. They're playing UMass.
No, I'm glad you said that. I bet UMass. I got UMass right before we came on, UMass went up to plus 4.5. I don't know where it's at now, but it was all morning. It was 3.5 minus 113 on Bet Rivers, and I was just watching it, and then it jumped for some reason. It jumped a whole point to 4.5, and I took UMass plus 4.5. So
I was definitely leaning under on that one when it was like 156. Now it's all the way up to 160. I was thinking about under, and Matt,
he likes the team total under
for Ohio. Yeah.
for Ohio. Okay, and you like the full game under?
Well, I did,
but it's going
I
up.
was capping it. Yeah, man, crazy stuff. All right, let's go on to the other games that I did look at. See if I want to make anything of it. Yeah, Syracuse, Georgia Tech. Very interesting game. Of course, Syracuse has been underwhelming ATS. This is their first true road game. Georgia Tech has been much better ATS, and now they're at home, and then they were a dog. Syracuse playing great defense, and they should be salty a bit. And I was liking the under, but did this game go up as well? Maybe it's where it's wow, that's up to 148. All right, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the Syracuse Georgia Tech game. I'm going to take it definitely first half under. Maybe I'll double up with a full game under as well. Look at that. All right, I will make that one official despite the move. I'll take Syracuse Georgia Tech first half. I'll make first half under, definitely a play. Under 70 minus 117, and I'll shop around. And it's moved up. We'll see where it closes. There's U-shaped movement in all kinds of college hoops games. But all right, let's see. Robert Cherry likes Georgia Tech full game. Yeah, I understand why you would like that. I just don't quite get why Georgia Tech is a dog. And Kent Davies saying huge move to Georgia Tech. Let me see. Yeah, another 2.5. That's right. Let me see. And then let's see. Other things. Let me see. Eastern Michigan, Ball State is interesting. Eastern Michigan, again, great, excellent ATS all year long. And Ball State overall has been subpar ATS. They can be okay. Both Morgan Spooner and Robert Cherry, I believe, like in Eastern Michigan to continue. Central Michigan, Akron. Justin likes Akron. Huge line. I was thinking Akron first half as well. It's just the huge line makes me a little nervous. Let's see what else we got here. The South Carolina LSU game is interesting. South Carolina, they've been starting games slowly. They kind of suck. Maybe they'll be salty on the road here against LSU. I don't know, but one of their top players is also this guy Thomas. Is I think he's out or definitely questionable. And then the Iowa-Minnesota game. Iowa has been great so far. ATS, great coach, great system, great everything. They're a big road favorite here against Minnesota with a low total. And, Minnesota had a run of ATS losing earlier, but they've been covering recently. And I was thinking that Minnesota might be worth a shot. And I think I will make that official. I don't know if you looked at that one at all, Justin. Did you? Iowa, Minnesota? Oh, is Justin gone? Oh, Justin, you're muted.
No, I kind of like Minnesota in that game. Remember when whoever gave out Iowa, I kind of like Minnesota full game. I think plus 6.5 is what I got underlined in my notes. I might get there. I kind of like Minnesota. Kind of like them a lot.
Yeah. I don't really like to fade Iowa this year because they are, it's a nice program, but going on the road, everyone knows this, even against.
And then another thing I liked about that game, it was a really, really, really low total. I want to say it was like 129, maybe I'm off, but with a low total game, 129.5. I kind of not like the dog. Like in Minnesota, I like it.
Yeah. All right. It's possible Iowa could blow them out, but I'm going to take Minnesota two ways. First half plus 3 minus 124 and full game plus 5.5 minus 116. I'll shop around to see if I can get a better line. Let me see if anyone. Go ahead.
Who did you say that was?
I took Minnesota.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down. I don't know about first half, but I like the full game, so I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. And then Con Slip saying, Peter, are you aware that I've given you a best bet winner for 8 straight weeks now? Cons, I don't even count your best bets because most of them win. So, yes, they've been awesome. And I know you gave us a whole bunch of plays. Let me see. What is Con Slip's given us? I know he gave us college football stuff. Let us know. Let me know if I can copy and paste any college football stuff from him. Yeah, no, I just have Indiana and Ole Miss from you. If you have any college basketball stuff, Kong's clips, let us know. Let us know what you're like. And Dewan Turrentine saying Georgia Tech big man out. Syracuse will thrive in the paint. Okay, I didn't see that actually. All right, let me see. All right, and then other games on the card. Let me just scan down. George Washington, Dayton is interesting. George Washington has been good, and Dayton, Been sucking recently, but I don't know if I'll take them. The Central Florida game, again, very interesting. DePaul, Georgetown, you guys were talking about it. DePaul has been covering, and Georgetown, terrible ATS all year long. But Justin and Spoon's bets, and maybe some other people liking Georgetown. And then after that, I wasn't able to do my deeper look. So I guess I'll just stick with the Syracuse Georgia Tech first half under, Minnesota first half spread, and full game spread. I should probably chuck on the Georgia Tech Syracuse full game under as well. Why not? All right, I'll add that. I'll double up on it. Yeah, why not? I'll take it. Why not? Whatever. I don't know. It's moved under 148 minus 111. I'm going to shop to see if I can get better, but at worst, I will take that. I guess I'll hold off the Butler first half. No, they're not that. Yeah, I know they suck on defense, but they should be able to get up if they want to. I will take Butler first half. I'll take it. Let me see what line, and then I'll shop around. At worst, I'll take oh, look at that. Yeah, +2 minus 111. All right, I'll take Butler first half +2 minus 111, and I'll do a little shopping while Mr. Gokster is rambling about something in NHL. I'll make that one official. All right, so 5 official plays here. The Georgia game, who knows what's going to go on there. Interesting move in Michigan, Penn State. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State is like even at the half of Michigan, but we'll see. That's it. That's it for me. 5 official plays. Justin McKelvey, do you want to review your college hoops plays again?
Yeah, I got Akron minus 22.5, and I got Wisconsin UCLA over 152.5 minus 110.
Okay, and there you go. Cons Clips also fading Louisville with Duke. Wow, there you go. Cons Clips liking Duke as well.
He's a Louisville fan. That's big heavy.
Yeah. And Louisville's been really good ATS this year, haven't they? They've been like a revelation almost. And Duke has been stinking it up. A lot of people liking Duke. You guys might all be sharp. I might tail that. Not going to make a vision. I might tail. Justin McKelvey, thanks so much. Once again, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much. All right. Now we're going to do NHL, and then after that, we're going to do the 2 college football games with Gorky. We're going to have a lot of fun while I line shop if I can see a little bit better, get a little bit better for my college hoops plays. Let me see. We got everything going on here. All right. Everyone, welcome to the show to talk about 10 NHL games. Mr. Gokster, are you there? Thanks so much. There we go.
How you doing, Pete?
All right, I'm doing okay, Mr. Gokster. You know, NHL is very up and down. I tend to have like weeks where I, either win almost everything or lose almost everything. Coming off a week where I lost almost everything. I'm still up a bunch of units in NHL. But NHL is tough. We got a bunch of interesting games on the card tonight, and I'm going to line shop for these 5 college basketball plays while you break down the first few NHL games that we talk about. Let's start right now, Mr. Gokster. Let me just get my NHL notes here. Where are they? And there we go. Right. First game on the card, classic, tough NHL game, Vancouver and Buffalo, right? Buffalo, awesome. They won 10 in a row. And then they lost their last game in a blowout. And now they're home against a very beatable team. Vancouver lost 5 of their last 6. They have been good on the road, though. They won 5 of their last 6 on the road. A lot of those road games were a long time ago. Recently, though, they've been at home and losing. Buffalo, they're a legit excellent team, aren't they? You can't really win 10 in a row in the NHL without being legit excellent. Coming off a blowout loss, they're a young team. They've got a lot of young players who are coming up and proving themselves. I was thinking, just don't overthink it. Maybe Buffalo -1, maybe Buffalo team total over. But I have a note here. Or is AM going to come in and say Vancouver, best bet on the board? Wouldn't be shocked at all with that. Buffalo seems like a great play, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree, Pete. I think Buffalo, I got them in regulation, -110. They're getting Zucker back. He was out of lineup for 4 weeks. Getting this guy back in the lineup, only going to boost the team. Canucks are also missing Rossi and Garland. Those are 2 top 2-line forwards there for this Canuck team. Their forward's still out. I'm kind of with you, Pete. This team goal differential has been solid. They're 9-1 last 10 games. Looking at some O-zone, D-zone time here for this show. Advantage Sabres. Canucks don't really have a lot. 26th in D-zone, 21st in O-zone, 22nd in shot differential too. So missing these 2 players. I don't see Canucks scoring a lot either. Even a Canucks team total under 2.5 could be a sneaky play there for you guys as well. But I think regulation with Luke Kokkonen going too, Pete. Excuse me. Luke Kokkonen's been solid. He's had his last few wins just allowing 1 goal. And I think this is a team where you can see that here. So you know what, Canucks team total under 2.5, probably at plus money or close to it. I think it's a good play as well, but Sabres regulation, I'm in agreement with you, Pete.
Okay, hold on. I'm just looking at these lines here so I can give some final quotes, and then it'll be all and only about NHL while I scan down here. All right, yeah. So my official final lines, I shopped around, found a little bit better. Syracuse, Georgia Tech, first half under 70, minus 111. Full game under 148, minus 110. Butler, first half, plus 2.5, minus 110. I saw that at a big book. Again, Minnesota, first half, plus 3, minus 124. And the full game, plus 5.5, minus 110. Those are at big pro books. So those are very widely available lines right now. All right. Let's look at the comment section to see what people have to say about this Buffalo game. Well, just my 2 cents. Love Buffalo here. AM, so great to see you. AM in the comment section. AM always shines great light on all these games. Unfortunately, usually on or often on plays that I'm liking a lot, and more often than not, it's on the other side. I literally have a note here saying, like, is AM going to come in here and say Vancouver best bet on the card? So far, no. Which is nice. He likes the over. Over 6, says it should be a 6.5. And I was thinking Buffalo team total over for sure. That's my other note here. And Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over. All right. So great to see AM in the comments section. Wow. All right. I think, all right. Sorry. I know this is, I just got to close out all these friggin' windows here. And then I'll be ready to go. Got to decide, you can't rush it. Can't rush what you're trying to do here. Wow, but look at that, Mr. Gokster.
Wow.
Buffalo's now down to 1. Did you see this? Like a 20-cent move for Vancouver.
Has it been recently?
Yeah. Let me pull up odd screen here. Let me see where.
Unless they're going to say maybe Rossi or Garland's back in the lineup here.
Wow, 20-cent move in favor of Vancouver. It was like minus 180 overnight. Now minus 160. What's going on?
Interesting
here, man.
I'm let's see, Kiefer Sherwood trade. I'm not seeing anything that's really gonna lean me towards Vancouver. I think Luke Kokkonen actually is a bright spot right now. I think this guy's playing really good hockey. So I think they can win a low scoring game tonight or a high scoring game. The Sabres and just like I said, the zone time. Canucks missing 2 of their top, in my opinion, top players here with Rossi and Garland. The ozone time isn't going to get any better, and they've already been poor in their own D zone. And the Sabres have won 9 of the last 10. It just seems like a Sabres play to me.
And here you go. AM does not come in and say Vancouver Canucks best bet on the card. He did not say that. Then here he is. Canucks are a good bet too, though. 2 systems on them. There you go. Yep. Vancouver's the play tonight, pal. He's probably right about the over. And maybe Vancouver team total over. What about that, Mr. Gokster? 2.5.
Well, I'm on the other side, so we're head to head in this one.
Yeah. You want to stay there? You want to stay
I'm on the
side?
under 2.5. Yep. On Vancouver's team total. If I had gun to the head, that's what I would be on, yeah.
They have been scoring. They're not a slouchy team, though. Even in their losses. I mean, their totals have gone over. So in their losses, it's because they've given up goals. But they can get there.
Who's been scoring? How long has Rossi and Garland been out as well? That's
sure.
My question. I feel like that's pretty recent. These guys weren't out of the lineup, I know, last Tuesday. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I might take Vancouver team total over here. Let's move on. Next game on the card, Colorado Buffalo. Right? Colorado had, again, just like Buffalo. Colorado Tampa Bay. Just like Buffalo, yes. Colorado had won 10 in a row, and then they lost their last game at Florida. Tampa Bay, also a winning team, not as awesome as Colorado, but great. They won 7 in a row. They've won 7 in a row now. Their last one was a 7-3 win, and they're back now from the West Coast. Colorado is a little bit banged up, right? They do have some guys who are they're getting a little bit banged up now. They've been pretty healthy most of the year, but now they're struggling a little bit with injuries. They've still got a great deep team, but injuries are starting to hit them as well. And it's a very, very low line for Colorado. I was thinking about Colorado first period. Let's see where this line has moved. It's wait a minute. That's not it. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit edging in Tampa Bay's favor a little bit. I don't know. I was thinking maybe under and maybe Colorado first period. What's your take on this one, Gogi?
I would kind of agree with the under here, Pete. Avalanche, though, Landeskog's going to be out for a while. He's not coming back. Tues is day-to-day. Looks like he's not going to be in the lineup. It's one of their top defensemen as well, and Kiviranta, who's been in and out of the lineup. And they're coming off the loss. The Avalanche don't usually lose too many games. I think it's only 3 all year in regulation. It's just on the other side of things, Tampa Bay's starting to play good hockey. They're 7-2-1. Goal differential. Both these teams are double digits, plus 19. Colorado plus 10 for the Lightning. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Missing all this offense, looking at the zone time. Colorado's 5-4 D zone, O zone, second in goal differential, shots on goal differential. So this team comes at you in waves. That's what that tells me. But on the other side of things, guys, Vasilevsky 8-2, 92% save percentage nearly in his last 10 games. He's playing really well. So is Wedgwood, really, 2 starting goalies tonight. So only thing is that the Lightning are doing this without Lilberg, McDonough, and Hedman. Those are 3 top defensemen really for this Lightning. They're going to have to go with Radish and Moser as their top 2. So I would lean towards Colorado on the money line. The line's just a little lower than I would expect. It's got to be because of the injuries here. I would lean towards Colorado, but I think the under. It's going to be a no official play on the card here, but I would be leaning towards like a no goal early, even like an under. If the total's 6, I'd be leaning to like an under 6 in this hockey game, Pete.
All right, and here where are we? MMA Locker Room Millsy. Sorry about that. He gave 2 plays. Wants me to shout him out. They're shot props. McDavid over 3.5 shots on goal, and Celebrini over 3. That's in the Sharks game, of course. And
I like it.
Last year I was doing very well with player props. This year I just have not really had the time to dig into them as deeply as I would like to. So I'm not capping them. But I have no opinion on those 2 plays. But MMA Locker Room, Millsy liking McDavid over 3.5 shots, and Celebrini over 3 shots. We'll remind you of those when we get to those games. And this one, let's see. Yeah, man, cheese.
Feels like an under, Pete. This feels like an under at all.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I do kind of like the under. It's a big game, I think, for both teams. I think they're going to get up for it, and I will. All right, I will take it. Makes me nervous, but I will take Colorado Tampa Bay under 6.5 minus 114. Sorry, go ahead.
I would agree. I thought it might be even 6, but wow.
It is 6 in some places, like 6 at plus money though, and 6.5 juiced a little bit. So I'm seeing best line I'm going to get here will be minus 114. I'll take that one. Scary to take an under, of course, with both of these teams, but it should be a tight one. And again, Colorado a little bit banged up, so I don't know how loosey goosey they're going to be. All right, next game on the card. Let's move on. Is Anaheim and Philly. This one I'm not sure about at all. Anaheim. They're on a back-to-back. They got blown out yesterday. Early in the year, Anaheim was undervalued. They were scoring. Now they're really fucked up, right? 2-10 in their last 12. They're definitely feeling some fatigue at this point in the year. And Philly in general is a pretty good team. I had them in that game at Vancouver, and then I faded them the next night when they played, I think it was Calgary.
Yeah.
Big one there. So I have a pretty good read on Philly in general this year. But this spot, I don't know. They're back home after a 5-game trip. They, had a nice trip there, won 3 of those games. I'd be leaning Anaheim first period, but they're so bad that I don't know if I can do that. I think I'm going to have to pass. What do you think?
I do think Anaheim's the play here. I didn't play it. I ended up going first period. Both teams to score, and both teams to score 3 goals, plus 150, plus 165. It's just the goaltending. You are getting Dolstol, who does have a lot more upside. What's his name? Mrazek. He was not doing well. He's actually hurt now. They had to call up Huso again, which isn't going to be much better. So the goaltending's really what's hurt this team, why they're not winning games, I'd say, Pete. Dolstol's 85% his last 10 games. Danny Vlader, 6-2-2, 90% save percentage. But this team, like their zone time is check some boxes for me at least. 6th in a D zone, 8th in O zone. So they're definitely a team that likes to move the puck. And Flyers are 21st in D zone, 23rd in O zone. So don't spend as much time. And also shots on goal differential, advantage Ducks. Coming off a back-to-back last night, which they weren't bad, but they just, again, couldn't stop Washington. Got up in that game 1-0, just kind of couldn't stop Washington in that game. So I'm going both teams to score again. Like I said, first period and 3 goals in this game. But I do think the Ducks, Michikov's day to day, like all the numbers are going against the Ducks, but this just feels like a spot. I think they're gonna get up for Pete. The line also isn't too. What is it like plus?
Plus 130,
and it's dropped a little bit, I believe, too. So I do think, and you even had a good read on this Philly team, and you don't really have it on this show. So I think I do think Anaheim's a play here, back and forth. But I went with the goals just because if Anaheim wins, you're going to need Dostal to play much better, and Philly's their ozone hasn't been great, but they have deep enough talent, I would say, on 4 lines that could cause some havoc there. And their last 3 games have gone over. All those were on the road. Have they played this year? They haven't. They played last year 6-0 Philadelphia, but it's a completely different Ducks team. I would lean towards the Ducks without being too winded in this one, but should be a lot of goals. That's kind of where I went.
All right. Well, Justin McKelvey agreeing with you. He likes Philly over 6, and Kent Davies, Anaheim first period money line, and then a veritable avalanche of Anaheim sucks comments coming down here. MMA Locker Room Millsy says, told Jimmy not to bet Anaheim yesterday. Cali team suck. Irish King 97. Anaheim no good. MMA Locker Room again. I'm from Cali. Auto fade any Cali hockey team. Yeah, I mean,
that's why I couldn't. Yeah, and I couldn't get to Anaheim. I do feel like they're going to win this game, but when I'm putting my money on it, I went with the goals. Like I said, if one of these hit in the first period, both teams are scoring the first, feels really live. And as this game goes on, I feel like it's going to be a back and forth hockey game, lean towards Anaheim because they're not missing too many players, guys. Like if I'm looking at their injury report quickly here for the Ducks, it's just Frankie Vetrano's out. Like they got a lot of defensemen that can move the puck too. Lacombe. The Ducks are a sneaky team. They just, like I said, have no goaltending right now. Until they get some goaltending, they're going to be one of the higher scoring teams in the league.
They're sneaky? How can a team that loses game in and game out be sneaky?
No, did I say sneaky? I wouldn't say they're sneaky as in like they're like San Jose of last year. I would say like they could be down 5-1. They could come back 5-4. Like they're a team that can always score goals. They just stopping the puck's their problem.
All right. Well, I will do it. I wanted to do it. And it's a little bit, it's risky, but I'm going to take a shot with Anaheim first period. Hopefully I'll come away with a push and no harm, no foul there. But I'll take Anaheim first period plus 114. I'll shop around to get a little bit better if I can, but I'll take it. First period money line plus 114. We'll see. They're still an NHL friggin' team, man. They should be. And they just got blown the fuck out, man.
They did the same thing though. They're up 1-0 4 minutes into the game. Then 10 minutes in, I think it was 3-1 after the first period, or at least 2-1 Washington. So it's just, I don't know. It's going to be, I think the goal is more. I'm glad I took the goals here. Like everyone in the chat, I think you guys are right. Like especially if you watch these Ducks games.
All right, I can get plus 115. I'll take it. Here we go. All right. Okay. And that's it. Let's move on. Okay. Let's AM says easy pass. Okay. That's good. At least AM's not saying like love Philly here. All right. Next game on the card, Dallas and Carolina. I would love to know if AM has anything on this one. Dallas, they have now lost 5 in a row, all as a favorite, 3 of them as a big favorite. Dallas at one point this year was one of the top teams in the league. You bet them any game in and game out, even as a big favorite. They've now lost 5 in a row. And Carolina, they won their last game. They're not inspiring either. They're still now just 3-6 in their last 9 after winning their last game. And Dallas is just giving up goals every game. Why not here? Carolina's been good first period at home, so that makes me not really want Dallas first period. But I was thinking that maybe Dallas can come back and at least get some goals here. I was thinking it's very, very low scoring, low total. The first line I saw was 6 over minus 120, and Dallas, again, has been giving up goals. So are they going to try to clamp on D or ramp it up with scoring? I was thinking maybe Dallas team total over. This is a very interesting one. What do you think, Gobi?
I think they got a back-to-back tomorrow too at Washington. So I believe it's Ottinger going tonight. But on the other side of things, Bussy, he's 8-1-1, 91% save percentage, 2.13 goals against. This goalie's been solid. And then the zone time here. I've been talking about it all show, guys. This team's 1-1-1. So number 1 shots and goal differential, number 1 is zone D, and number 1 in O zone. So this is, I don't think this is the team the Dallas Stars necessarily want to play. And if they do, Pete, it's got to be a high scoring game, I think. The power play, too, 32% in the last 10 games for the Hurricanes, 14% for the Dallas Stars. You're missing Jarvis and Slavin, but they've been fine without those guys. Well, at least scoring wise, I would say it looks like power play is still fine. I do think the Hurricanes are going to win this one. I don't feel like this is the game Dallas is going to win. Hurricanes still need to get some mojo going, I believe. So I went Carolina money line, and Dallas's team total under 3.5 minus 105. If Carolina wins, I don't see this. If it's a high scoring game, I was saying just before breaking this down, to Dallas, that's what they want. If they're going to win this game, I think it's got to be high scoring, just based on all the pressure that Carolina puts on the opponent. So give me Carolina, and like I said, team total under Dallas minus 105 tonight.
Yeah, why is Dallas giving up so many goals all of a sudden?
That's a good question, Pete. I don't haven't caught as many games. The shots on goal differential, though, I want to see a good start there. 25th in the league, so it's too many shots on goal for the goalies. They're not staying in the O-zone time, like 20th in the offensive zone, so they're not. They're just not generating enough chances. I feel like this Dallas Stars team, and you're going up against a Carolina team that's not going to make that any easier. They're actually 4-5-1. They're actually got a worse record than the Stars do in the last 10 games. So. I just think two teams are going in a different direction. Carolina's going like this, Dallas going like that. So give me Carolina.
You think Carolina's headed up a little bit?
I do. I feel like I do. I think they're going to start playing better. Like they've been really inconsistent. And then just based on their stats, Pete, I feel like there's the upside is going to be coming soon for Carolina.
I mean, and when Carolina, they're still playing the same system. When they play well, they tend to be very low-scoring, defense-oriented, right?
Yes, exactly. They make it really tough on the opponent, especially if they're a team that doesn't really keep up, that doesn't skate. And I think that's been the problem for Dallas. So,
all right, I guess I'm going to pass on this one because Carolina, they have some talent. They have a low-scoring system, but look at that. 5 goals at home to Colorado, 7 to Montreal.
That's all right.
Detroit, Florida, 5 goals. So, all right, I guess let's look at the comment section and see what people have to say. AM like in the over 6 in the Stars, looking good. So money line. So I was thinking Stars team total over. That's what I was thinking. Kent Davies says Carolina gets Jarvis back. Irish King likes Carolina. Philly Eagle Flyer likes Carolina.
Who just said Jarvis back? I did not know Jarvis was coming back.
Kent Davies, 1988, baby.
Kent Davies knows his hockey out of Chicago there. Shout out to Kent. That's another huge point. Like I said, this team's going to start getting it going sooner than later. And I think I don't think it stops here with Dallas. Line slightly going up, I believe, too, Pete. So,
Kent Davies with a right cross. The money coming in on Dallas, and it's moving towards Carolina. AM, man. Kent Davies, top 3 commenters of the show today, no doubt. Maybe number 1. Maybe number 1. All right, I'm gonna and AM jabbing back. Ask yourself, how often is Carolina price minus 135 at home? Books want Kane's money here. This is a heavyweight fight. This is fucking Hagler and Hearns between Kent Davies and AM over this Carolina-Dallas line. And Swiggy says the Stars without Ben, I don't know, Robin isn't a leadership character. Andrew G, that's huge. Jarvis back. And Philly Eagle Flyer, there you go. One of my favorite draw games on the board. That might be the play right there.
And you know what, too? Like this is a lot of battle of Finland here. Dallas have a lot of Finnish players, and then another top Finnish player, I believe Sebastian Aho, for Carolina. And then also Finland just played in the World Juniors. I don't know if any hockey fans watched. Almost got bronze. Unfortunately, Canada got bronze. But this is having Jarvis back. This is a guy that's he fits this mold to Carolina. He's kind of like what the players like. Oh, okay, this is what Carolina's scheme's all about. Kind of just watch how Jarvis plays, and a lot of guys will follow. I would say this young player's leadership that was also on Team Canada. So I think Carolina's the play tonight. I like that.
All right. I'm going to pass on this one officially. Free play, though, I'd probably chuck it on the draw at Big Dog line, at Big Dog money, just like Philly Eagle Flyer is suggesting is a good bet. All right, let's move on. Interesting, great breakdown. No official bet for me. Next game, New Jersey and the Isles, right? Mm-hmm. New Jersey with Jack Hughes back. People are thinking that now they're going to start going on a run. Hasn't quite happened yet. They lost their last game. They did win 2 before that. but they're not really, steamrolling anyone right now. The Isles are pretty 50-50, a little uninspiring offensively. They have been really good at home, though, right? 8-2 in their last 10 home games. And, one of those youngsters, Schaefer for the Islanders, he's been great. He's 18 years old. He's been sick, and he might not play tonight. And they're also getting Sorokin back, right? And I believe he's going to be starting tonight. I guess that's good. Long-term, that's good. Will he be rusty tonight? I'm not sure. I don't know what I think about this one. What do you think?
Well, Schaefer's going to be in, I think, Pete. He's saying he's been sick, but he's been playing better sick. So this kid already practiced in warm-up. So he's going to be in the lineup. Huge for the offense for the Islanders. This guy just moves the puck. Canadian as well. He moves the puck like one of the best offensive defensemen. Kind of, he's not Makar-like, but he's kind of like I would say just kind of below, what Makar did at that age. Devils, though, like you said, Pete, they're starting to get healthier. Islanders too, D-zone, worst D-zone team. Spend way too much time in their own zone. And then Sorokin's got his first game since December 19th, like you said. I don't think that favors him, and I don't believe he had any starts in Bridgeport as well. So first game in about 2.5 weeks. Thing is, the reason why the Devils, I think, haven't won as many games, it's kind of been Markstrom. Like, he's 3-6, 90.5 save percentage. He needs to just be better. They need to have because their goaltending's a little thin, especially behind Markstrom. So I think we're getting those guys back. I was high on them last show there against Toronto. I think I said play of the month. I'm never going to say that again. That didn't work out too well. But I like the Devils here. I'm going Devils money line -114, kind of like Carolina. I think they're going to start trending in the right direction. And the 32nd ranked D-zone team here in the NHL, that's perfect for the Devils. Should spend plenty of time there. And give me the Devils here -114.
I think I might take the Devils first period. What's going on with them, man? They're just not really getting it done. Columbus is a good team. They got a nice road win at Columbus, blown out of Toronto. They beat Utah. That's nice. Carolina's good, though, aren't they? They were plus 200 dog there. So
yeah,
I guess you can forgive them, right?
I do think this is a I just lost my train of thought. I do think this is a Devils play, Pete. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with New Jersey first period. We'll see what the comment section is saying, and here we go. Ronnie Crawford, shout out to Ronnie Crawford.
Ronnie,
NHL spreadsheet play of the day, Edmonton. So copy and paste that, and we'll talk about that when we get to that game. Let me quickly copy and paste there. Comments here. Shout out to Gorky. Andrew G says this Devils team screws me out over a regular basis. They are up and down. Yeah, they don't screw me that much because I don't bet them that much. But yeah. And there you go. Kent Davies doubled up here. Devils money line and Devils -1.
Yeah, I feel better about that. I hope I'm just not trying to kind of prove something with the Devils here. I kind of am. I can't lie. But I do think they. It's just the spots right. The way they lose this game, I think, would be counter. So they're going to outshoot this team 36-22, but 3-2 final because Markstrom just kind of cold on the other side. And just the counter effect. Sorokin's hot, but I don't see Sorokin. I just don't see this being a good spot. And the Devils, like you said, they bounced back after that 4-0 loss to Toronto. Quite, I think it was Utah or somebody else they beat. They won 2 in a row, then, like you said, lost to Carolina. So I feel like I think the Islanders have outperformed themselves a little bit right now, and I think the Devils have underperformed. So,
all right, I'm taking it. Devils first period -110. Straightforward bet right there. Philly Eagle Flyer is on the dog and the draw, so that means Islanders and the draw. And now let's move on. All right, next game on the card: Florida and Toronto. Florida beat Colorado last game, but they had lost 4 of 6 before that. And Florida, another team that actually is doing very well on the road in general. They've actually won 6 out of their last 7 on the road. Toronto lost in OT to their last in their last game, but they had won 4 or 5 before that, so they were winning. They're good at home. They've won their last 5 at home. Florida's banged up a little bit. Seth Jones out. Toronto, they get leads, but they tend to have problems holding them. And so, I know that, Toronto was kind of some people were, I think it was Jimmy and maybe others kind of down on Toronto this year. I'm thinking about Toronto first period here and first period goal, maybe. Who's in goal for Florida? Is it Bobrovsky? Who is it?
I'm seeing Bobrovsky, yeah.
How good is he really?
He's had Toronto's number really for a while. Yeah,
he's pretty good.
He's pretty good,
especially on the road. I'm looking at him. He's been good, especially on the road.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Toronto first period. What do you think? What do you think about this one?
I'm leaning. I think Florida are the play here. They also had Kachuk skating. He's out of a no contract jersey, so Kachuk's can be back soon. Coming off that win to Colorado. This is a team. Kind of sounds like a broken record here. I guess
right.
it's like Devils. I think the Panthers are going to start winning some games here. Like they're a team that's going to be really inconsistent. But looking at their zone time, 4th in O zone, 5th in D zone, and then they're 12th in shots gained differential. The Leafs, on the other hand, 32nd in O zone and 31st in D zone, with a 28th in shots on goal differential. So that's not a recipe that's going to win many games. And then the Panthers are a team that want to start stringing some wins together. I just think they're a good enough hockey team that are going to start doing that. And then you have Noah McCabe, Nylander's also out, and Joshua Tanev long-term now. Carlo's going to come back in the lineup for the Leafs, defenseman who's been out for a while. But this Panthers team, I'm going to take the Panthers. Yeah, I hate to do it as a Leaf kind of fan, but Florida money line, and then Toronto's team total under 3.5 plus 105. I don't see them long term with these guys out, and then also their stats here, their analytics. It just doesn't make sense. And then going up against Bobrovsky and the Panthers, who just shut down Colorado to 1. Like, come on. I don't see the Leafs doing much here tonight. Unfortunately, I think Florida gets her done.
Well, AM likes the under in the Devils Islanders game, which is kind of how I was saying. I'm kind of like Otto. Any Islanders game at home, I'm leaning under. And in this one, over. Total should be a 7. Action Jackson likes the Panthers money line. AOD Pub Sports forever. AOD forever. How about that? Oh, Irish King likes Florida. Whoa, Irish King Florida minus 2.5. Philly Eagle Flyer liking Panthers.
There we go. Let's go. Bring in the Panthers. Love. I love it.
Action Jackson Pub Panthers. Jeez.
Leafs got me last time. They got me right in, the old drink hole, as Jimmy would say, 4-0 loss. So I'm going Panthers.
The Leafs are banged up. AM says this total should be 7. It's not even really 6.5 right now. It's like 6, juiced to the over a little bit.
A big reason why too the Leafs are winning games right now is Wall. Wall's been 6-2-1. Like his numbers, maybe 90% save percentage, 2.86, but he's been winning some games, especially that one against the Devils. Devils had so many chances, just Wall stood on his head. So having Wall in net definitely helps the cause, but I just don't think they have enough right now. And then all year they've been very inconsistent. This Leafs team.
Wait, people are love minus 2.5. Wait, Toronto's really banged up, are they?
Well, Matthews is back. He's shooting the puck, which is a bright spot. Matthews over shots is probably a good play here with these guys out. But just depth wise, it's not going to match up well, I think, against the Panthers tonight. No.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a shot with my initial lean and pick that I was going to give, which is just the first period. Toronto first period money line plus 102. They definitely, if Toronto gets up 1-0 at some point in the game, or God forbid 2-0, Florida live is probably going to be a great bet, because that is an issue that Toronto has had holding leads, and Florida is the kind of team that can come back for sure, right?
I agree.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with Toronto first period plus 102. And I might even add on Toronto goal in the first period. Let me just quickly see what that would be. That would be minus 153. Bobrovsky can be good though, can he?
Yeah, I have a tough time back in Toronto in this game. Really.
Okay, let's look at the comments. And then Andrew G says, "Be careful. Toronto is playing their best hockey right now." Yeah, I mean they're getting results one way or another.
It's true.
Yeah, and Kent Davies, Seth Jones, Panthers minutes leader. He's already been out 2 games. Yes. All right, let's move on. Next game is Vegas and Winnipeg. My God. Vegas 1-8 in their last 9, and Winnipeg, I didn't even count. They're even worse. Also, Vegas going over 6-1-1 over under in their last 8. So recently, Vegas's losing is because their defense has been slumping. Winnipeg is now without Logan Stanley, who's a defenseman. He's going to be suspended. I'm not sure how much that matters. Both these teams terrible. One of them will have to win. In recent memory, both these teams were friggin' elite or near elite, right? But while you give us a breakdown, I'm going to look at the lines to see how this line has moved, if at all.
Well, this is a tough one. Like you said, both these teams have just been shite. Advantage, though, Golden Knights, a zone time, both offensive and defensive, even shots on goal differential. But with some injuries right now, McNabb's out and then Theodore's out. Those are 2 pretty big name defensemen for the Vegas Golden Knights that are not in the lineup. Still no Carlson. Big reason why I like Winnipeg. I'm taking Winnipeg minus 105 here. They're healthy. They're like you've lost this many games. You finally got Hellebuck back. He hasn't looked that good in his last few games. They're 1-6-3 in their last 10. Like I said, Vegas are 2-5-3. Both teams are -7, -5 goal differential. There's not really much to look at just looking at it on paper, but the big thing for me is just the healthy thing for the Jets. They haven't really been too banged up, to be honest, all year. And also on the goaltending, I would trust Hellebuck here. He's got more upset, I think, than Carter Hart does. He's only had 10 games in his last 4 years, 3 years in the NHL. It could be a high scoring game, but I'm going with the Jets here. This is just one. This is a gut play. The old gut play here, Pete. Winnipeg money line. Something's just telling me Winnipeg get this one done. And if they do lose this one, I don't know. Their heads are going to start turning, I think, in Winnipeg if they keep losing some games here. This is like there's no reason. So like something's going to have to happen if it's like, all right, like what do we do? Like we start trading players? Like this just feels like a spot where Winnipeg is going to have maximum effort tonight. Maximum.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, Winnipeg. They've just been like they're worse than Edmonton. They're just like terrible, man. My God.
They're worse than Chicago, man. Chicago. They were a good start of the year. They're a little struggling with Bedard, but. It's a battle of bums that record-wise, but two teams, like you said, have gone deep playoff runs. And I trust the Jets right now, especially, like I said, the two defensemen out for the Knights, Carlson and then just Hellebuck as well in net. This guy, I trust him quite a bit more than I do Carter Hart right now.
Well, AM, nothing on this one. Also calls it a coin flip like the market. But look at this. Everyone kind of liking it. Look at Toby Lane. I'm on Ducks money line and Jets money line. JPZ talking about how Eichel's back. Doesn't matter. Still sucking. But still not sucking quite as bad as Winnipeg overall. Kent Davies, 1988, likes Winnipeg. Look at that.
Let's go.
There you go. Irish King like in Vegas.
Back and forth, just like the line, and it's split down the middle.
And AM saying coin flip. All right. Pass for me. Let's move on. All right. Nashville, Edmonton. Here we go. Nashville, last game of their trip, 4-2 so far. So they've been winning, cashing. Edmonton, they were terrible to start the year. Then they started to pick it up a bit. People were saying they're going to go on a 10-game winning streak. That didn't happen. They did start winning. I think they didn't go on a 10-game winning streak, but I think they put together a 6-4 10-game spread, 10-game stretch. Now, though, off of 2 straight margin home losses as a big favorite. So they're back to being a big favorite at home and getting blown the fuck out. Ooh. So I don't, and we know that Millsy likes McDavid over 3.5 shots on goal, which I guess makes sense. Win or lose, they're going to try to get a win with McDavid. So that's probably a good bet, but I don't know. It's got to be Nashville or nothing for me. What do you think?
Do you see that line movement, Pete?
No, let me check it right now.
This is some major line movement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is if you're on Edmonton, you might want to wait it because it's down to 40 cents, Pete? 35.
Well, first line I saw was like 180. Now I'm seeing 150. So 35 cent move in favor of Nashville. Look at that.
Yeah, they're just playing really well right now, man. Like, and then again, going back to the old zone time for you guys. This surprised me. Third in O zone and then second in D zone. So this is a team that spends more time in the offensive zone than they do their own. Similar to the Oilers, though, 13th and 11th. And then the problem for the Predators is they're getting outshot. They're 24th shots on goal differential. Edmonton's 11th. This isn't a good team for the Predators. It's going to be a back and forth hockey game, really. And then I saw some numbers too on Saros. He doesn't fare well against this team. And then also Ingram. They need to get Yari back. It's just graveyard city in Edmonton for goaltending, unfortunately. Ingram's going to go, but he's just not there right now. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Pretty confident in this one. Power plays too, 30% last 10 games for Nashville, 38% for Edmonton. Mark Jusseau's day-to-day could use him back, but Oilers are completely healthy on the other side. Should be a back-and-forth hockey game. First period, both teams to score plus 150, and then both teams to score 3 goals plus 160. Probably the favorite. I won't even say it, but I do like this over.
AM says he'd want the Oilers here, but the price is crazy. Toby Lane, like in the Lightning today, and Action Jackson, like in Preds puck line. All right, free play right now. I would throw it on Nashville, but I'm not going to touch it. Next game on the card: Columbus and San Jose. Columbus, a nice little decent team there. Not awesome, but they'll be in games. They'll get you some wins. They're coming off an OT home loss, but they're solid. San Jose, a young, talented team, up and down. They were up, then they were down, and then they'd won 3 in a row, and then they lost their last game 7-3, and they are trending strong over 8-0-1 over under in their last 9. They are a little bit banged up though, and Millsy also likes Celebrini over 3 shots on goal for San Jose. San Jose is off of a big loss, but Columbus, they're off a loss also, and they tend to be good early, and I think they have some good, decent character on that team. So low line, I was thinking Columbus first period. What do you think?
I would double up there, even full game, Pete. I think Sharks right now. The big thing is they have a back-to-back tomorrow at LA. So it's going to be either Askarov or, slip on my mind, the backup. Zone time though, both these teams are near the bottom. 28th for Columbus and Ozone 29th for the Sharks. But what's going to really drop the Sharks number, I think, Pete, is the amount of guys out right now. Misa's playing for Team Canada, Michael Misa. Will Smith's out, Kershev's out, Gadet's out, Desjardins out, Muka, defenseman, he's day-to-day, and Klingberg's day-to-day. So they're missing, it's Toffoli, it's Celebrini. Like, they don't have a lot of offense. I think, they do have offense, but with these players out and going up against the Blue Jackets, which I'm seeing Monahan day-to-day, definitely want Monahan in the lineup if we can. But I do trust the Blue Jackets and the goaltending as well. Greaves, much more upside. Both these goalies came through the AHL. Greaves is the guy is the better of the 2 goalies. 91% save percentage last 10 games. Ascarov's starting to fall off a little bit. Big time, actually. 86% save percentage last 10 games. 4.54 goals against. So a lot of these high-scoring losses are coming with Askarov and net. And Blue Jackets coming off a loss. Good team. I trust for the most part against weaker opposition. And I think we got one here. Columbus money line, and then San Jose's team total under 3.5 plus 110. Because, like I said, Greaves, this guy, I think Columbus has found their goalie. He's kind of like a Saros, Pete, smaller goalie, but solid.
Yeah, the thing is that San Jose has been such an overtrending team. I mean, their opponents' team totals have pretty much gone over in every game in their current losing streak, I think. And their own team totals have probably hit at, 60% or something like that. They're just a very, very high right now. They're a very high scoring team. And yeah, Greaves, I know he's better, but he can still get got, right?
Not by a lot of guys are after San Jose. I don't think by San Jose right now. Not like San Jose's they're hurting for some mainstays. Like it's Eklund, Celebrini, Toffoli, Wenberg's banged up a little bit. Igor Shenichov, I'm not familiar with him. So they've called up a lot of guys here. Colin Graff, Ty Deladandria, butchering his name, but he came from Dallas. Jeff Skinner, been in the lineup for a long time. Spacek, who they had from Belleville, Ryan Reeves. Like they don't have, if they're going to win this game, San Jose, it's going to have to be, I think, a lower scoring game. With Columbus's lineup right now, it's a better lineup. It has a lot more offensive upside.
Yeah. I'm worried. I'm just worried that after giving up 7 goals at home, that San Jose will be like, we don't care if we win or lose today. We're just not going to give up more than 3, and really claim.
I would agree that they're that's why I like the San Jose team total. I went safe with 3.5 to the under, and then Columbus money line got it at plus 110, Pete. So I do think Columbus is going to win this one lower scoring. The line, I think it's playable as well. Another thing, penalty kill. It's 65%. That's been another problem. They just haven't been good on the penalty kill. Probably trying to address that. But, I just think there's too much for Columbus to not play them tonight.
All right. I'm going to take Columbus first period, money line, minus 119. And then I might go on the San Jose team total under.
2.5?
3.5 at a big favorite line. But wait, you took the Columbus team total under or what?
No, I did San Jose under 3.5, tied in with Columbus's money line just to get a better number.
I mean, Columbus tends to, but you're saying a lot of their scores are out. I didn't catch that. I don't know why I didn't.
Well, it's San Jose doesn't have a lot of offense. Like I don't know how they don't have a lot of skill out there. No one can really take the game away, other than obviously their top 2 lines. Celebrini, like I said, they got about 4 players right now. It's just their bottom lineup is going to really struggle, I think. I've saw a couple of these guys for Belleville Senators, like they're AHL players really that have been called up. So I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Jet Greaves, he's all right.
I wouldn't hate on Jet. I've watched him a couple of times here in Belleville. Like he's
coming off a game where he got lit up though. So maybe that's
perfect.
Right, perfect.
He's a guy that I would expect a good bounce back. San Jose team total under 2.5.
Yeah. All right. I'm taking the San Jose team total under. I can actually get 3.5 at -157. A 3.5 -157 or well, just move right. 158, 3.5 -158. I'll shop around. I might even be able to get better. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, they're listening. The line's moving.
Yes, the line is moving just a little bit. Where you? What are you seeing?
Well, just like I said, we were talking about how much we think it's going to be an under with the team total, and what you just lost a couple cents. So just saying, a couple cents went against us there.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's okay. Let me just check one other place, and let me see where can we. Hold on. San Jose Sharks. Yeah, all right. So 158 team total under 3.5 -158. San Jose. I'll take that. Look at the comment section, and then we will move on. Let's see. Billy Friedrich, San Jose 16-6 on the home puck line. Columbus 15-6 on the road puck line. All right. Now let's move on. Last game on the card, Boston and Seattle. Boston, started the year great. Then they came crashing back down to earth as we knew would happen. We didn't know exactly when, but it did happen. But now, they've won 2 in a row. They're fighting. They got a nice little team there. Seattle, I'm not exactly sure what to make of them. They are on a back-to-back. They blew out Calgary last night. They've now won 7 of 8. 5 of those wins were on the road, though. At home, maybe they're not as dominant. And people talk about how Seattle has a lack of firepower. People that I listen to, but they're putting up nice goal numbers that might be fluky. I don't know. So Boston has won the first period in every game of their road trip so far. You don't want to necessarily bet on that on the last game of the trip. That train to keep going, but I was thinking maybe under. Seattle tends to be under trending at home. Maybe first period under. Maybe Boston first period again. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm really not too sure about this game. The back-to-back last night, Seattle's just playing good right now. They won 5-1. They were down 1-0 too. Turned it around. Grubauer 42 of 41. So they were definitely. It tells me they were outshot in that game last night. Seattle. See how they're going to be 60 minutes. Both these goalies have sub 90% save percentages and above 3.0 goals against. So that's kind of an over. Those are 2 over goalies in the last 10 games. But on the other side of things, the O-zone is 31st for Boston, 24th for the Kraken. So both these times they're kind of they don't spend a lot of time there. Just based on those numbers. Goal differential, though, -10 for Boston, +5. That's just based on the winning for Seattle. Power plays have been above average in the last 10 games. Schwartz is out and Montour. Some bigger names there, but they're still doing fine for Seattle, that is, without those 2 players. As you know, day-to-day, Yokiharu and Harris have been out. I got nothing on this. I'm trying to talk myself into something. I kind of lean towards Boston, but I can't. There's just too much uncertainty in this game. Going to be a no-play, Pete, to close out the show, but lean towards Boston, but I wouldn't talk anyone off, depending on what the line is, obviously. Wow, look at the line. I'm surprised Boston was kind of set as a favorite. I get it. But then there's been buyback already towards Seattle. So I wouldn't talk anyone off Seattle based on that number.
So you don't like the under because you think both these goalies are uninspired.
But on the other side, both these, you had a back-to-back, and both these teams don't spend a lot of time in the O-zone. So it kind of does feel like, if anything, one of these 2 goalies is going to have a good game. I don't know about both of them, but it just feels like there's a good opportunity for the goalies to have a decent start here.
All right, well, let's see. And again, Philly Eagle Flyer, man, he likes the draw here.
That would make sense. Yep. That makes sense. First period or full game. I would look at that for Boston, Seattle. Yeah.
Billy Friedrich. Shout out to Billy Friedrich. 9165. Seattle 2-4 on the second game of a back-to-back this season. 2-1 in the last 3, however.
And they got outshot like 42. Yeah, they allowed 42 shots last night from Calgary there. So they were playing defensive hockey. They were. I worry about them 60 minutes a little bit here, Seattle, and they've won a lot, so they're. Yeah, and the line where it is has moved the other way, but It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, that draw is friggin' tempting.
It is.
It definitely feels like you take this and the Dallas game. One of those games is going to go to OT, right?
That or you know what? Vegas Winnipeg could come down to who's got the puck in the last few seconds here, because both those teams are going to be hungry. So I don't see that game being too far apart either.
No, I said yeah, right, yeah.
Vegas Winnipeg too.
All right. Well, I won't try to put a whole bunch of draw, but Philly Eagle Flyer, great read on some draws in this one. All right, an interesting card. Let's review all our official plays. Mr. Gogster, I guess I'll start. I'll just start. Colorado, Tampa Bay, under 6.5, minus 114. Anaheim, first period money line, plus 115. New Jersey, first period money line, minus 110. Toronto Leafs, first period money line, plus 102. Columbus, first period money line, minus 119. And San Jose, team total under 3.5, minus 158. Mr. Gokster, what are your official plays, please?
All righty. So we're on Carolina money line and Dallas team total under 3.5, minus 105. Buffalo regulation, minus 110. Anaheim, Philly, first period, both teams to score, along with both teams to score 3 goals, plus 150, plus 160. Florida to beat Toronto tonight, and Toronto not to score more than 3.5 goals, plus 105. Devils money line, minus 114. We're on the Jets as well, minus 105. Nashville, Edmonton, again, first period, both teams to score, and both teams to score 3 goals in that game. Nice plus numbers. And then to close it out, we're on the Jackets money line, along with San Jose, team total under 3.5, plus 110. And all those guys can be found at Gogster99 on X.
All right. All right. Not bad. Not bad. I'm just looking at other comments coming in on this NHL card. Mr. Gokster, always a friggin' pleasure. We'll see you again next week.
Be good, guys.
And now we're going to talk about 2 college football semifinal games with Gorky. We're going to break this shit down. We are going to break this shit down. I'll tell you right now, a lot of times in college sports, when you get down, there's great value to be had all over the place. When you get down to like the actual final and the semifinals of of March Madness or whatever, you just tend to have teams that are equally strong. The motivation's 100%. The market is sharp. And so, the actual Final Four in college basketball, I find a little bit tough to bet on as far as spreads and sides and totals are concerned. Feel the same way about college football, but we'll see. We definitely have some opinions already in from people that we really respect, and we have guesting with us on camera a guy that some people do respect, some people don't. That's fine, but many people do. Gorky.
Hey, bro, you gotta have some people that go against you, man.
Of course,
that's just part of the business.
If you can't name anyone who thinks you kind of suck, then you really got to start to worry, because
it means you pay those motherfuckers.
There you go, Gorky. All right, everyone in the comment section, get ready to tell us what you think, and we will break down these 2 games. Let's start Miami and Ole Miss. Man, I did have Miami first half in that last game, and I did have the first half under. I had 2 winners in that one. When we broke down their game against Texas A&M, I said I was leaning first half under, and I didn't take it because I just sort of got scared. I mean, I took it. I didn't take it officially on the show, but that one cashed. So I have a pretty good read on Miami. Ole Miss, unreal. I had them first half in their last game, which lost. And then, of course, they came back to cover and win to get to this game with no Lane Kiffin. Both teams got margin covers to get here. Miami, Florida is a decent fave. The first line I saw it was 3.5. The last line I looked at was Miami minus 3.5. This game, of course, is being played in Arizona. And basically what you have here, Miami, friggin', awesome top 10 defense and a reliable, not elite necessarily, but a very good offense that is not dependent on big plays. So it's very consistent, very reliable, and an awesome smothering defense. Carson Beck is awesome when he's not pressured. When he's under pressure, his production drops considerably. And then you got Ole Miss with no Lane Kiffin, kind of the opposite. An awesome offense, big plays, efficient, everything. And then a defense that is not elite, but very good. So the question is, and Ole Miss getting a bunch of points. My first thought, without getting too deep into analytics or anything, is, I love Miami, Florida. I've been on them a lot of times this year. But why would Ole Miss be getting 3.5 points? I take Ole Miss plus 3.5. But I don't know. It's scary to fade Miami, Florida. One other factor is that Ole Miss's, biggest vulnerability on defense is against the run. which is not really what Miami does. They are a pass-first team. Is Ole Miss going to be able to pressure Carson Beck? Because if they can't, he's likely to have another great day, in which case, I don't know if I'd want to take Ole Miss plus 3.5. And that's all for my bullshit on this game. I don't know what I would do. Gorky, break it down for us, baby.
Look, Pete, honestly, like, this game can have anything happen in it.
Yeah.
So for me, I was looking for a good plus money spot.
Yes.
And my only play in this game is the team total over 28.5 points for Miami was plus 130 when it first opened up at my book last week, like right after the next day after the quarterfinal, and I jumped all over it, and I think it goes over. And I would put some money on Miami to win the whole thing. I just think that they are the most complete team. I think that Carson Beck can be trusted. I think the fact that people went into this playoff not believing in him has only made him prove more people wrong, because he doesn't need to make mistakes. He doesn't need to throw the ball 50 yards down the field and throw interceptions, because he has a reliable run game. He has offensive linemen that protect his ass for the most part. Obviously, everybody's going to make a mistake from time to time. It's about not making them to be killers by hurting you many times during a game.
I hear you. I mean, these games, of course, are very tough to cap. Kong's Clips, who has had a friggin' unbelievable read on college football all year long, has given us 8 straight best bet winner. All sorts of great calls by Kong's Clips. Of course, all season long, Texas Tech just was on that Texas Tech train super early, and they went like 11-1 against spread or whatever they did. He was on almost all of them. He likes Ole Miss here, plus the points. He says they have the perfect quarterback for this Miami defense. He's mobile, can move the pocket, throw in the run. Ole Miss wins this game outright. Okay. That's a ballsy call there. Officially plus 3.5 for me. I mean, I said free play, I'd put it on Ole Miss 3.5. Why not? Kong's Clips, Ole Miss outright. I mean, of course it could happen. And also Chambliss 2 plus passing touchdowns at plus 136. Wow.
Look, what Chambliss did in the quarterfinal, nobody has done against a Kirby Smart team. Usually Kirby Smart teams going into the fourth quarter never lose games. So are we to believe that lightning can strike twice? Look, if you're looking for a plus money spot and you want to take a full game money line, yeah, sure, Ole Miss can do it. But my first play and only play in this game so far is the Miami team total for me.
Yeah,
because I also think that Chambliss can throw an interception or two to that defense. With the front seven that they have, those two monsters on either side of him can force him to rush the throw, and the defensive backs can eat like that a couple of balls.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this might just be one of these games where turnovers determine who wins and who covers, and possibly, very random. Randomness might just be the name of the game here. Yeah, which is why I'd want to take plus money stuff, like you were saying, Kong's Clips, like an Ole Miss to win outright, certainly to cover 3.5. Makes sense to me. It's just Miami is so good. All right, let's see if anyone else has anything to say. And here you go, Slow Jams Arsenault. Don't think Ole Miss will be able to get up like that again. I like Miami minus 3.5. Kong's Clips also says this team has a chip on their shoulder. They've all said fuck Lane Kiffin. Yes, that is another. That's why I liked him in their last game, and I stupidly took him first half.
The only thing that would concern me about Miami is the that sometimes those two monsters need to be rested, which usually doesn't happen, right? The guys on the defensive line, especially in the second half, they get tired because they have so much action. They're actually doing a lot. So sometimes they come out of the game for 2 or 3 plays at a time.
Miami, though, I was talking about the Miami, the last Miami game to someone who I know before the line came out, and I was like, man, Miami, they're a tough team. I could see them winning it. I was really shocked that they were getting that many points, and and that made me think, well, maybe there's something that against Ohio State. I was like, well, maybe there's something that I'm missing here that I don't know. They did win straight up, and maybe Miami is just see, but then
that was completely disrespectful. Not by you, Pete.
Yes,
but that was completely disrespectful. Miami ate up Ohio State.
Yeah, they did.
And Ohio State wilted against Indiana. Not wilted, but never showed up, never expected to be punched in the mouth, because Ohio State's schedule never challenged them throughout the regular season. They didn't play nobody. They didn't even play Penn State, or did they? I don't remember.
No, I mean,
they didn't play anybody even close, remotely close to their level.
Well, I look, I'm not a Miami hater. I had Miami first half in that one. I had the under. I guess I would have to take Ole Miss here, just like I thought. Plus, got 3.5. Not at even money, straight up. But wow, all right, let's look. And Comms Clip says Ohio State lost both those games because they do not have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, it's look, I wouldn't put it on Julian Sayin. I would put that loss more on just that they weren't ready to play for some reason, and I don't know.
So maybe the over is the play here.
They didn't expect to have to step up, and there is no reason to not expect it, because Miami is a legendary school. They churned out great players of the past and stuff, and you have to understand that you are not the only good team in the country, Ohio State.
Man. All right.
I had Miami money line, Pete.
Did you? Wow.
Yes.
I didn't have that. I had Miami first half spread, which I was very proud of. I also had the first half under. All right.
I had the money line.
I'll make a decision on this. Whether I want to make Ole Miss an official play or not. Let's move on to the second game. Everyone in the comment section, tell us what you think. Oregon and Indiana. And, of course, this is being played in Atlanta. Oregon shut out Texas Tech. Now, in that one, I had the Oregon team total under, which did cash. A classic situation where you look at a game, and even if you're wrong about the side, you could be so right about the total that your team total cashes, even if you're way wrong about the game, which is what happened. Oregon shut them out, but their team total went under as well. And, of course, Indiana, people are like, oh, maybe Indiana, maybe a little bit of fraud, and maybe, who knows, going up against Alabama, who still has a great, awesome Alabama program, and they blew them the fuck out. Of course,
okay. All my fears came true in that game. Honestly, let's look at the fact that maybe, just maybe, Alabama is never going to be Alabama of the past. Maybe we should just forget that ever existed.
All I'm saying is that no matter what Alabama they are right now, Indiana winning is impressive. Blowing them out is eye-opening. Yeah, and Indiana, of course, was of course, for people who know this, but in case you don't, they already played Oregon this year at Oregon, where they have a traditionally big, home field advantage, like Boise and all those places. And Indiana was a 6-point dog, and they won by double digits outright.
It wasn't double digits. I think it was like 7, but
they won by 10.
They won by 10. Okay,
that's the lowest double digits there can be, but it counts as double digits.
No, I'm not doubting you. I'm saying I think it was, but it doesn't matter. They won the game.
So you got Heisman winner Mendoza, Dante Moore. he's going to I guess these guys are going to be the top 2 picks in the NFL draft, right? Is that how it's going to go?
I don't know. I don't trust either one of them, honestly, in the next level.
So then you got Oregon, who has an elite defense as well. They have a great offense. Their defense, I think, would be top 5, right? Anyone would disagree that Oregon has a top 5 defense, and in Indiana, of course, definitely has a top 5 defense, probably top 3. I don't know how you cap this one. I guess I would once again be leaning at the dog, I guess. Although Indiana seems like the team of destiny this year, so maybe not. What do you think, Corky?
Look, for me, I have a plus 140 play on Oregon because why not? I'm a plus money line player. I think that this game also could go either way. If I was betting big, if my unit size was big, like hundreds and thousands of dollars at a pop, I would lean to cover both ways. Like I would make it so that I don't lose in this game because you don't know what's gonna happen. It depends on the day. I think that both quarterbacks can play. I just think that shades are gonna decide this game. Like of the 2 games, I actually think that this game is gonna be the closer game. I know that our guy Kong, who I respect very much, is on the other side of me, and he has been cashing like a monster in a great way. So good luck to him. But I think that this game is an absolute toss-up and just depends on the day.
All right. As opposed to all those assholes who cash like monsters in a bad way. You're like, fuck those guys. No, we love it when Conskip cashes. He likes Indiana here. Minus 3.5. Here he goes. He says Indiana could honestly come in and blow them out. Oregon only scored 1 offensive touchdown in that first game. I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of the same in this game. Indiana big. Michael Farringer says Loshak tries way too hard to sound like Jimmy. I want to sound like anything but Jimmy. Are you kidding me? How do I sound like Jimmy? That's
with all due respect to the chat contributor, I think it would be the other way around because Loshak is actually the godfather, and it goes the other way.
I try hard to sound like there's some people like Joe Pesci. I don't know, a bunch of guys, but anyway, that was a good comment. That was a good comment.
And I do believe that Jimmy would throw all the respect to Pete. So
let me put you this way. I absolutely do not try to sound like Jimmy, but if I naturally did sound like Jimmy, that would be fine. I would be happy.
Yes.
With it. Absolutely. All right. So let's get back to this. Now, here's the other thing. Slow Jam Arsenault 8319. Revenge, Indy overvalue for the way they beat Bama. And yes, there's no doubt about it that win.
That's
a win over Alabama. You have the same season win at Oregon. Of course, those 2 things could only possibly lead Indy to be at least a little bit overvalued, right? What do you think about that, Con Slips? Just in terms of like public perception, the market. Indy beat them already at Oregon. They're coming off of a fucking blowout win against Alabama. Of course, they're going to be a little bit overvalued. No?
This is tough. Nah, I don't think so. But the revenge factor for Oregon to get up and not allow Mendoza and that offense to dictate the pace of the game as much is going to be a thing. The coaching staff of Oregon was not ready for what happened to them in the first game. They weren't. Nobody was. It was like week 4. Nobody expected Indiana Pete to be anything close to what they are. Like we know they're going to be good. They might make the playoffs, but nobody thought they would be the only 15-0 team in the country.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to think. Kong Slips, standing by it. Justin McKelvey likes Oregon, which, I understand. Again, turnovers probably matter a lot here, and there's probably going to be your Godfather 18. Take Indiana minus 3.5 and enjoy the win.
I mean, I just think it could go either way, and it's going to come down to the grunts. Let's see. Okay. And if Kongs and the Indiana backers, the rest of them, are right, we are going to have to respect Indiana for making the final. But in that situation, I promise you, for that preview, I will also be on the other side. Because in my mind, the chances of Indiana actually winning the Natty, I wouldn't take my chances. Again, I I like plus money angles, so that would suit me if they gave me all the plus money in the world.
Yeah.
And if I lose, so be it. As long as I have my breakdowns as to why, and I think I do. I can justify why I think Oregon can get it done here on the day.
I mean, Kong Slips was talking about how Texas Tech might be a good, bet to win the national championship, and I think his analysis was right. And Oregon shut him out.
Yeah. Okay. Texas Tech. Texas Tech's entire schedule was resume.
That's impressive as it is.
Schedule,
yeah.
They played They played no one out of conference.
And Kong Slips also liking Fernando Mendoza, 2+ passing touchdowns at -120. All right. I really don't have a real strong opinion here any which way, but I'm not going to go without making a pick on one of these two games, and I will chuck it on Ole Miss +3.5. Ole Miss +3.5. They do seem a little bit like the team of destiny. I love betting on teams after dickhead coaches have been sent away for whatever reason.
And the way that he was told, if you have signed this contract, we're not gonna have you. So no, because all right. It's more about you went to the rival, like kick rocks.
All right. I don't love it. I'm definitely not taking the money line, but I'll make an official play. Ole Miss +3.5, -116. I'll shop around to see if I can get a little bit better, but I will make one official play here. Oregon, Indiana. God, I really don't know. If you gave me a free play on it, I'd probably throw it on Oregon. I don't know. But I really basically don't know what to think about that game at all. All right. This was an awesome breakdown. And Spoon's Bet says,
it's always great working with you, Pete. I can't wait for the national championship breakdown next week.
Oh, no. Concept says, look, I made tunnel vision with Texas Tech. Oh, you had a fucking read and a half on Texas Tech all year long. All I'm saying is that the Oregon shutting them out, it was like, wow, look at that. Oregon has you're like their offense got shut down. Oregon has a fucking top five defense, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes when you go up against a top 5 defense, you get shut out. You get shut down. Tommy Guns, 416, like in Indiana and Miami. Okay. Jason Meyer, Miami Hurricanes beating the brace off the Rebels. Look, if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. And if turnovers matter in their favor, that certainly will happen. I'm going to make Ole Miss +3.5, -116, an official play, add it to my record, and that's it. Gorky, it's been so great working with you. We'll work again very soon. I guess you're not coming to Bubbapalooza, right?
I am not going to make any promises that I know I can't keep. So, no, but you're welcome to come down to one of our Woodbine Paloozas. And
I definitely will try to make that happen for sure. And everyone watching this show, we are having the confidence pool for the NFL playoffs. Jose Bouquett, are you back there?
We are back here.
All right. Tell us a bit about that. Tell me about that because I need to know that too. When are the deadlines? What's involved? Tell us what to do.
$100 to enter. It ends at the start of I need to double check that actually because I guess you could join late, but it would be dumb to join late because then you wouldn't have the full amount of games. You wouldn't be able to use your full amount of points. So cut it off at the beginning of the playoffs, Pete, really. $100 to enter, cuts off during the beginning of the playoffs when kickoffs start. As you guys know, you guys have played those bowl confidence pools, I'm sure. Same concept. It's a whole lot of fun. And top 10% gets paid as always, guys. So if it's 30 people, 3 people get paid. If it's 29 people, 2 people get paid.
Absolutely. People just making more and more comments. Keep in mind, defense wins champions. Who has the best defense? That's your NCAA tournament champ. I guess that would be Indiana, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all these playoff games are going to be very tough. So I look forward to seeing what happens to them all.
Yeah. Great comment, though. All right. Awesome friggin' show. Is there anything else we didn't get to? Because I'm going to get out of here, right? Jose Bouquett,
you're good,
done,
Pete.
right?
Yeah, you're good. I know this. You're feeling good. This is a lighter show than the last few weeks. Huh?
No, we had a lot of great comments, insightful comments from all different angles. Kripke says Indiana looks like they're going to stomp Oregon on paper. It feels like that too. Yeah, I mean Indiana feels like the team of destiny along with Ole Miss. If you're looking at it that angle, which I am.
Da mu kažem na ovaj da dojde da potpiše.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Yeah. Great fucking show. We'll see you again next week. Thanks, everyone.